Pakistan International Airlines canceling more than 300 flights over the past 10 days as it struggles to pay for jet fuel.
Most of these are domestic, although some international flights have also been stopped from flying. The immediate reason is fuel. In Pakistan, PIA relies on Pakistan State Oil, but says the state-owned company is now requiring the airline to pay up front before fueling, rather than invoicing and paying afterwards. That has proved to be an issue for the airline. The longer-term problem is the decades of debt PIA has accrued and the massive cash flow issues. The airline spokesperson has said that banks are currently unwilling to lend to it in Pakistan.
The BBC's Caroline Davies. Belgian authorities say they are actively searching for an asylum seeker of Palestinian origin after media reported that he had threatened an unspecified attack. The Brussels prosecutor's office says it's aware of the threat mentioned in the media and added police resources are looking for the man. News and analysis, townhall.com. More charges filed against an off-duty pilot who tried to cut the engines of a Horizon Air flight in midair.
Federal prosecutors are charging Alaska Airlines pilot Joseph Emerson with interfering with the flight crew. It can carry up to 20 years in prison.
We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit.
State prosecutors in Oregon already filed 83 counts of attempted murder. He pleaded not guilty to the charges. Court documents show the captain and first officer told police after the plane landed, Emerson told them, "I'm not okay," just before he reached up to pull the handles, and later said he'd been struggling with depression. A friend had recently died, and he had taken psychedelic mushrooms about 48 hours earlier. I'm Ed Donahue.
Authorities say the estranged son of Nashville's police chief who was wanted in the shooting and wounding of 2 police officers is dead. John Drake Jr. found dead with an apparently self-inflicted gunshot wound. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy middle of the week, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Welcome to it.
Feels weird with the got a little rain last night.
Yeah.
Kind of dark and chance of rain today. It just feels different.
It was almost it was odd. It wasn't one of those out of the blue storms. Everybody I talked to was like, it's gonna rain. It's about to start raining. Batten down the hatches. Get the dogs inside. It's gonna start. And then it actually started.
And it was like a steady, slow rain.
It was.
Too. Like I mean, I went to bed probably around 10ish, and it was still hearing the rain pitty patter on the roof there. So, and I'm guessing. I think I started hearing wind blowing and everything around 6:30 or so. So I don't know if it rained steady from that whole time, but it seemed like it rained more during that time than it did.
I think it came in waves in different parts of town. Because like in my neck of the woods, which isn't far from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, our necks of the woods.
Our necks are our necks. They do venture close together. It came in like waves. It would spit for a minute, then it would stop, and then we just get another wave of it. And yeah, so it was just like waves of it.
Either way, it wasn't how we normally get rain, which I like. So it
right.
was nice. We do have a shot at more of it today, this afternoon.
Nice.
So we'll do the weather and all that here in a few minutes, of course. But welcome to Wednesday. Hope your Wednesday's going well. Got another full weekend of games this weekend. Don't forget Friday. Big game at the Wool Bowl.
The big dance.
The battle for Roswell, really. as the Goddard Rockets are the home team, I believe.
Are they this year?
I believe Goddard is the home team. I know, semantics. It just means on which side of the stadium people sit on and what locker room they do their deal in. But Goddard is the home team this Friday night as they take on the Roswell Coyotes in the Wool Bowl. This game will be right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, the Roswell Perspective. If you want to hear the Goddard perspective, you go to our sister station, 106.1 FM Fiero. And then KSVPTV.com will have both video perspectives. The video itself will be the same. Like when you look at the pictures and whatnot, that'll be the same. But the audio commentary underneath, the Goddard perspective will be on the Goddard Rocket Football Channel. Roswell Coyote perspective on the Coyote Channel. And then you can watch whichever team you're rooting for, you can watch that perspective there. Or, of course, pack the Wool Bowl. I want a whole side of blue and a whole side of red.
Absolutely.
And I wanted them equally full.
If
I'm making demands, just saying.
One of my most vivid memories from high school. You know how everybody does senior pranks? Ours.
You should stop doing that when you're 45, by the way.
You should. It's frowned upon. I glommed onto someone else's prank and sort of made it was like mine. So
a prank pile-on, if you will.
Well, sort of. These two students. I'm not going to shout their names out. Well, what the heck? Pito Mendoza and Eddie Flores.
Pete Eddie, you've been called out.
They staged a pro wrestling style fight.
Okay.
And we were all band students, and it was outside the band hall.
Okay.
Complete with metal chairs, and we had blood pellets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
It's the whole WWE.
They were planning this thing, and I heard about it. I'm like, I want in.
Right. As a wrestling mark, you wanted in.
Of course, I wanted in. So I helped out, and we did this whole, it was like a 3-person thing, and it ended not necessarily. I mean, it ended the way I wanted it to, but not the way I wanted it to, because everybody was freaking out, and this one girl named Carrie was
so they thought it was real,
hunched over me crying, thinking I was bleeding out of my mouth, and we got a lot of trouble.
Either you guys are really good, or your fellow students are really gullible.
It was a combination of the two. So we got in a lot of trouble for that. The reason I bring it up is because it was a week of suspension and community service that we got for doing this. And one of the things we had to do, one of our tasks, was we had to clean the Wool Bowl after the Roswell Goddard game.
Oh.
Yes. And let me tell you what.
Lesson learned?
It was wrecked. that stadium after the game, I mean, it was like people didn't know what a trash can was.
Wow.
It was just trash as far as the eye could see.
Well, anybody pull any pranks this week at either of the schools? Maybe you're on cleanup detail Friday.
They were happy. They were like, "Oh, cool, we got free labor." The other part of it that I remember was I had to go scoop poop at the zoo.
Wow!
We had to get into the animal cages and scoop poop at the zoo. That was another day of work.
That's not a lyric from a song. I don't know what it is.
It should be.
Scoop poop at the zoo.
Scoop poop at the zoo. But yeah, lesson learned. I never did that again.
Wow. I wonder if they still do that kind of stuff, or if you get in trouble, like community service.
I'd imagine.
Thing. They should. I like it. Great. Wow. I just picture a young Sean with a stick in his hand and that little bag walking around under the bleachers, picking up cups and drink.
Cursing people's names. It was. I mean, people like, that man is a father of 2 now. He had a blood pellet in his mouth.
Hey. Yeah. That's what you tell kids. It's like, you realize we adults did probably as many equally stupid things. We just have the internet to monitor it.
Exactly.
And record it all. That being said, kids, don't do what he did.
Your parents were stupid.
Yeah, don't stage a wrestling smackdown event in the middle of your school. It will, especially this day and age. People, like if you did what you did now, you would have literally caused a lockdown in the school.
Oh yeah,
and
it would have been a whole thing, like citywide.
That's why it still gets me to this day that the karate, the Cobra Kai, that was it season 2 with all the high school
season, where they have the school-wide battle royal.
I'm like, how in God's green earth did that not make national news and everything else that would have happened in real life? You know what I mean?
Not to mention
a school-wide karate rumble.
How are all of you so well trained at hand-to-hand combat?
Spoiler alert: season 2 of Karate Kai, Cobra Kai was a high school battle royale with
I was
karate.
trying to remember if it was season 2. It was, because
I think it was season
that was
2.
when Miguel fell off the...
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, that was when Miguel fell and broke his neck off the second floor.
You know, someone's just right into season 2.
They're like, God!
Hey, this is radio.
I chose one day to listen to radio before I went and watched the last part of season 2 of Cobra Kai.
Well, I blame you. It's been out for years.
It's been out for a while.
By the way, are they doing a new season? Like, I imagine with writer strikes and everything's on hold.
Everything is, but the last I saw was season 3, I think.
Except some movies, because and call me dumb and old,
All right,
maybe,
dumb old man.
But I did not realize till yesterday that there's a new Hunger Games movie coming out in November.
Really?
Yes, there is a brand new Hunger Games movie coming out November 19th or something. I just saw a commercial for it yesterday. So maybe I'm not stupid. I was thinking everyone knew about this except me, and I was
no idea.
I was watching TV, and it's literally, and I think it's like another generation of Hunger Games. Like it's all different people and everything, but it's Hunger Games, and it looks a little more global though. It looks more like, you know how the later Hunger Games got out of the Hunger Games more in the politics of the world. This one looks more like that, but we'll see. I mean, could be wrong.
Yeah, a lot of I didn't know that there was new Hunger Games, but a lot of the movies that are getting promoted and pushed now are the A24, the more like independent movies.
Yeah,
and it's
that's what surprised me.
Well, it's because those companies aren't covered under SAG-AFTRA, so they can still operate.
Which kind of surprised me about the Hunger Games thing, because I was like, because I knew, that's why you're seeing a lot more independent or Scorsese movies showing up on in the movie theaters now. Like I went to go look at movies. I was like, I haven't seen a movie in a while, and I went to go look. By the way, that Scorsese movie, which looks good, 3 hours and 45 minutes long.
It is very long. It's almost 4 hours, and it's catching a lot of flack online.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, and I don't want to go into too much detail, because to go into detail would also be to give spoilers.
Okay.
But it is historically based. Essentially, the story is about the Osage Indians and how they were, through, were basically given a plot of land in Oklahoma after they were driven out of their own land.
Okay.
But that land that they were given, which was thought to be largely worthless, is actually one of the biggest oil depositories in the entire country. And so these Osage Indians were living that lifestyle of opulence. They had the nice houses, they had butlers and things like that. And there's the whole thing is that people were marrying into the families, into these Osage families, and then killing off the Indians.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay. So
the story goes, and again, I'm not trying to get into spoilers, but the Matt Damon character and his love interest.
FMD. It's not actually Matt Damon, is it?
No, yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, no. Is it Matt Damon or
no? It's the other Matt Damon.
No, that's Jesse Plemons. He plays the dad, but they're both.
Oh, is real Matt Damon and fake Matt Damon?
Who's the main character? I might be wrong. No.
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio. DiCaprio's character and his love interest in the movie, it's made out to be that he's more romantically driven than monetarily driven. But historically, that story didn't necessarily pan out.
I
that
got you. They Hollywoodized.
So a lot of people are up in arms about whether Scorsese romanticized the story essentially.
Okay, interesting. Well, I like Scorsese movies, so I'm going to check it out at some point. Anyway.
I didn't know anything about the movie until I started hearing about the controversy.
That's way more than I knew about it right there. So, but still, well, you got to give up 4 hours of your life to see it. But I'm used to that.
That's definitely going to be one of those on-demand ones. I'm not going to a theater to
watch
that.
It'll show up on Prime or Netflix or whatever at some point. And I'm going to guess Netflix because Scorsese movies tend to show up.
He does sort of have
he did the Irishman, which was exclusively for Netflix. So
which again, never saw.
Another 3-hour movie. It's good. I liked it. I mean, there's a couple scenes where you're trying to believe that De Niro's actually fighting some guy. And
right.
Come on.
You're like
this guy had an hour to get out of the way of that kick.
The de-aging technology they used in that movie was a little creepy.
It was creepy, but the story's good. You know, if you like the whole Hoffa stuff and all that. So, Let me give you the rundown for today's show. I do have a full slate for you. We're going to start out this hour. Joining us here on the show will be, and I might butcher her last name. I apologize. Bonnie Vayo. She's with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and she wants to give all of you information about the Community Health Day event that's happening Saturday, November 4th. It's going to be at Boys and Girls Club here with at the Boys and Girls Club there. They partner up with the Chaves County Health Council, Boys and Girls Club, and they're going to have a full health day with talking about different things, different opportunities for folks. So Bonnie's going to come and kind of give us the skinny on what's going on at the health fair there. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to have Carl Shelton join us. He is the new Scout Executive CEO with the Conquistador Council of Boy Scouts of America. And so we'll meet him and talk a little bit about scouting here in Southeast New Mexico. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, we'll have the folks from American Legion Post 61 join us. This time we're going to have Ted Smith, Sean Nicholson, and Vanessa Frescas join us and give us an update, talk about Veterans Day Parade, some other things that are going on through Post 61.
Very good.
Plus, we'll do all of your features that include the news of the local, national variety, Wall Street business updates, and all the other stuff, and try to work the Cowboys reports in and all that good, too.
Sure, why not?
I'm 50-50 on getting that successfully out. It just depends. All right, it is 7:19. Let's take a gander at your weather. A little more rain today. It's not reaching 80.
No.
Long sleeve tee.
I should have.
You did.
Oh, well.
You wore one of those shirts that
I
looks
didn't even
like a
mean to
baseball
again. I did not even mean to. I just grabbed it out of my closet.
Well, it just proves you're a fan of the baseball shirt.
I like the style.
You know what you like, and you get 37 of them. 7:19, here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good today. We have high pressure moving back in over eastern New Mexico. We should get some sunshine today, maybe a little bit breezy, and comfortable daytime highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, clear and down to the low 50s, and then pretty nice on Thursday. We'll hit about 80 for the afternoon high, and we stay sunny. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunshine Friday, fair through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Excuse me. Currently 53 here in Roswell. Still a little fog and mist out there, although it's mostly broke up where I'm at here. Humidity is at 93%. Winds calm at the moment. There is a 20% chance for some showers and thunderstorms after 3 o'clock today. Otherwise, mostly sunny. 78 for a high with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 50 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny on Thursday, looking at a high of 82. South winds 5 to 10. For tomorrow night, clear skies, overnight low of 49 degrees. South winds at a 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, highs right around 79, 80 with winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. There is a slight chance, 20% chance of rain Friday night. Mostly clear otherwise with an overnight low of 54. Saturday, sunny and 81. Sunday, looking at sunny skies. And actually, wow, Sunday is a lot cooler. There's going to be some wind because we're going to go from 81 on Saturday, and then Sunday mostly sunny, breezy with a high of only 52. So there's a 30-degree drop there. So when they say breezy, I'm like, breezy the right word? Sounds like windy to me, but we'll see. All right, 7:21. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then with Bonnie with Blue Cross and Blue Shield will join us here on the other side talking about the big Community Health Day coming up here November 4th. That's up next. Don't go away.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
This October, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you take charge of your breast health. About 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer. Understanding your family history and getting screened can help lower your risk and lead to early detection. They're pleased to offer advanced 3D mammography, providing increased early detection, more accurate results, and enhanced comfort. Don't wait. Request your mammogram today. Women over 40 don't need a physician's referral to schedule their annual screening. Visit artesiageneral.com/mammogram.
Honey, read this. Seems Councilman Barry Foster didn't pay his water bill for over 2 years, owing almost $2,000.
How? They would have cut his water off.
State mandates the water service couldn't be cut during COVID.
This says the Fosters make around $150,000 a year, and they refuse to pay their water bill?
Since Barry Foster's been on city council, city debt has tripled. With rising crime, he voted against hiring 5 new police officers.
And the city delayed vital repairs to our drinking water system. Now, repair costs have skyrocketed.
It's time for a change.
Change by voting for Carlos Marujo.
He's a supervisor at Eastern New Mexico U. Carlos knows how inflation impacts Roswell's working families.
Carlos Marujo will demand Roswell live within its means. He respects taxpayers.
We can't afford 16 years of Councilman Barry Foster.
Our Values PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising. Paid for by Our Values PAC. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. U-Haul is the world's largest advertiser in the Yellow Pages. Too bad millennials don't know what the Yellow Pages are. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, Bonnie Vayo back with us. Good morning. How are you doing today? I said it right, didn't I?
You did.
Sweet.
Hooray.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Now, of course, obviously, I think everybody knows what Blue Cross Blue Shield is. And odds are, I'm going to guess probably majority of our audience listening on, if you have health care and health insurance, it's probably Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're probably, if not the largest, one of the largest in the country.
We are one of the largest in New Mexico and the country, yes.
And obviously, for folks who don't realize that yes, Blue Cross Blue Shield's doing their insurance stuff, but there's a lot of outreach and that other side of things, and that's what we're talking about here today. The Chaves County Health Council, which we all know and love and talk to, all their great folks all the time, they've partnered with you guys and the Boys and Girls Club here to put together a community health day for folks.
Yes.
And so this is a chance for folks, if they want to get some simple screenings and things like that, gather healthcare information, if you're looking for providers or looking for insurance or looking for answers and all that kind of stuff. This event you might want to put down on your calendars and say, might want to check this one out.
Yes, we're super excited to host this event with the Chaves County Health Council and the Boys and Girls Club of Chaves and Lincoln County, which of course is the Roswell Boys and Girls Club. And so we will have our caravan, which is a mobile clinic.
Okay.
And so we'll have diabetes screening with VDEX, the local organization here in Roswell.
And then for folks, if you do want to get that, please note you usually need to fast for those diabetes. I think not the case with this one.
So, no,
okay,
no.
I thought maybe when they do the whatever glucose testing and stuff, I thought you need to fast for that. Kind of stuff,
I think that's when you go to the doctor's office.
When they do the lab work stuff.
Correct.
Okay, this is a little different.
This is a little different.
Perfect.
Right.
Don't listen to me.
We'll also have COVID and flu shots. Best Buy Drugs of New Mexico.
So if you haven't got yours yet, you want to get those, they'll be available for you?
Yes.
Excellent. Good deal.
And at no cost.
Good deal.
So we also have in the caravan, PeopleWorks will be doing behavioral health screenings.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different screenings that'll be happening in the caravan, which will be located outside of the Boys and Girls Club.
Excellent. So some people, if you're feeling some issues, depression, things like that, or you're just not feeling yourself and you want to talk to someone, there's going to be people here that you can talk to and maybe set the table for if there's something going on to work on your mental health there. So that's a great thing. And I hope people step forward and take advantage of that, because that's one of those things, and you're like, well, maybe I should, but don't, or your family members say you need to go see somebody, things like that. So if you're starting to hear those kinds of things, maybe it's a good idea to come to this health day event and say, maybe I should talk to someone about what's going on in my life here.
It's a wonderful opportunity for folks to come out and just check in.
Absolutely.
And learn things, learn other things, because we will have tables with community resources there so far. So far we have, I believe, 16 tables of different organizations from the community, as well as Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay. Are they all healthcare or just nonprofits in general? Or?
Well, Some healthcare I have a listing. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield, our Community Centennial program, which is Medicaid. We'll have information about those and the benefits.
So seniors looking for Medicaid and those or needing assistance with those kind of things, they're going to be folks that can maybe answer some of those
That'll
questions.
That'll be Medicare.
Care, okay.
Yes,
sorry.
Medicare,
I'm
Medicaid,
sorry.
yes.
I'm a dumb DJ, so you have to fix me like 10 times.
And then we'll have our Blue Cross Blue Shield health educator.
Okay.
And she'll have a diabetes education information table.
Okay. So maybe just been recently diagnosed and looking for more resources.
Yes.
On how to navigate diabetes. There are going to be experts there to help you.
She's amazing. Her name is Angela, and she's always super helpful and
nice.
Just to help people have a better understanding.
Sure. And that's the cool thing. You get diagnosed, and the first thing you think, oh man, I'm not going to eat with one anymore. It's like, no, there are ways to do these kind of things. It's just how you manage it and how you deal with these things. When you do it, how much of it you do, all kinds of stuff. So let Angela be your Sherpa through that kind of stuff.
We'll have the Chaves County DWI Prevention Program.
Excellent.
Chaves County Health Council, of course, with Joanne.
And don't forget, they have their 211 hotline. And I'm sure if you have any questions about this Community Health Day event after we're done talking, you can always just simply call 211, and the Health Council will answer any of those questions on that.
They also have information about other organizations. If they're still interested in attending, call 211 and get the information, because Joanne and her team, they have the registration form.
Good deal.
So we're still accepting people to come
Good
in.
deal.
And
So if
set
you
up
want to
tables.
be a sponsor or be a booth at the event,
yes.
or be a nonprofit that kind of lines up with this, that wants to set up a table there, call 211 and she'll get you in touch with Bonnie and get you all set up to do all that. So good deal.
Yeah. And so others that we have the St. Joseph Children's Joyful Parenting Partners.
Okay.
Familia Dental. Dental health is important.
Absolutely.
The New Mexico Department of Health Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program.
In October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so might be a good little. Oh yeah, I should do that.
Well, we're right on the cusp. It's gonna be held on November 4th.
Okay.
Which is Saturday.
That's right. So we just miss it there, but we're still October
okay.
today, so we could say.
I think every day is a good day to learn about health, and so we're also focusing on diabetes, because October was Diabetes Awareness Month. But there were so many activities that were happening throughout October.
It's a busy month because it's also
is.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month,
yes.
too. So it's a busy month for raising awareness for a lot of different issues in society.
Right.
Today,
And I think every day, as long as we're learning every day about something, whether it's health, whether it's education, as long as we're learning
trying
about
to better
something,
yourself or better your situation, that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. Yeah. We'll have the NMDOH Breast and Cervical Cancer Early Detection Program.
Okay.
The Public Health Division. We will have Toys for Tots there. There is a box of...
So you can bring toys with you and drop them off if you'd like. New unwrapped toys.
Yes.
That's what they ask, is a boy or girl, doesn't matter. And but just make sure it's new and don't wrap it up, so they can. That way they because later they're going to need to identify it for a boy or for a girl, and if you wrap it up, then they got to unwrap it. So just save yourself. Just buy the new toy and bring it, put it in the box there.
Yes, and community is great. Anytime, I think any community across New Mexico, they're always willing to help one another out. So I think that's a great opportunity for Roswell to, help for Christmas.
Well, that's just it. We these are the kind of events that, you want to learn about your community. You want to get involved. We hope you come to take advantage of some of the services. Then you end up finding maybe some other organizations or things that you feel passionate about, maybe want to get more involved with, and maybe be a volunteer with at some point. So.
And we also have Wings for Life, who will be...
They do so much stuff.
They
do. Obviously, and people probably only realize maybe one facet of what they do. Like, oh, yeah, they're the ones that go to the jails and help people. It's like, yeah, that's one part. But they really are a resource for families for everything. If you're a family trying to figure out how to be a family, like, sometimes you didn't learn the ropes on how to do all that stuff. Wings for Life is that's what they do. They help people do all that stuff.
And after-school programming, too.
Yeah, that's the other facet, too.
So there's going to be a lot. We're going to have activity tables for kids. Blue Bear, our mascot, will be in attendance. And so
good deal.
He likes to show up and have fun. And so we hope that many of the residents here in Roswell will show up that day to join us and
absolutely.
to just learn a little bit more that day.
Absolutely. Now it's from 10 to 1, and it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club there on 201 Garden. Is this like a come and go event, or is it important that you're there at 10? As far as if to make sure you don't miss anything or miss any screenings or anything like that.
Well, people can come whenever they have time to.
Okay.
As long as
now, obviously, if you've got a lot you want to do there, probably if you get there close to 1, you're not going to have a chance to do it all. So allow yourself a time to at least go through and see all you need to see here. But it is a come and go event from 10 to 1 at Boys and Girls Club there. So I imagine they get busy after 1 because that's when they probably start their afternoon programs for the kids and all that stuff.
Yes. And we're super excited to partner with the Boys and Girls Club and with the Chaves County Health Council. To bring this event to Roswell. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And of course, if you have any questions about any of the stuff, if you want to get involved, or if you have questions on what kind of screenings, or if you want to be a booth at the event, or if you just have questions like, hey, I'm looking for help. What kind of things should I bring? Like if you're prepared to kind of sign up for a plan or do something like that, you might, bring some of that paperwork with you so you can get the process started and that kind of thing. But if you have any of those kind of questions, just call the Chaves County Health Council's hotline 211. It's not a 24/7. So don't try to call them at 2 a.m. That's not. If you're in trouble and you need to call 911. But the 211 is really that information hotline, and it's really, I think half the time you're going to get Joanne that answers the phone. She mans it most of the time here. But if you have any questions about, and that's anything healthcare related. If you're new to town and looking for a doctor, if you maybe are looking for a certain set of services and not familiar if it's here in town, that 211 hotline is that resource for you. Call it and say, hey, maybe you just I have some kids on the spectrum. What's our resources here in town? 211 can help you do that kind of stuff. That's what they do. And also, while we're mentioning hotlines, I always want to mention, don't forget the National Mental Health Hotline, 988. That hotline it doesn't matter if you're here in New Mexico or in New York or Montana. Every state in the nation has the 988 hotline now. So if you're experiencing issues, mental health, things like that, and you're looking for resources and not knowing where to turn, that 988, and that one is 24/7. It don't matter if it's 2 a.m, 2 p.m. If you would like someone to talk to, that number is there for you. So, all right, just throw that in since we're talking about all this stuff to have happen here. But it's really sounds like it's going to be a great event. If you've been kind of slacking on doing some of these screenings and things, or it's been a while since you do it, I get it. Life happens, or as parents, we take care of the kids and tend to forget about ourselves sometimes. Well, you got to take care of you too. So maybe come and if you're thinking, I don't know, I've been feeling maybe I should be doing some of these screenings for diabetes and things like that and get it checked out. Putting your head in the sand ain't gonna help. I trust me. Because to be honest, diabetes is completely manageable. Completely, there unfortunately younger and younger people seem to be getting the symptoms and diagnosed early and things like that. But the good news is, when there's that volume, there's so much research and understanding now, and I think we're closer more than ever to where there's, I wouldn't say a cure for this thing, but it's definitely a lot easier to mitigate or manage because of the medicines and technology there. So please don't be scared to come down and get a screening on this stuff. Let's get it done. Let's get the help you need and get you on the path to living a long, healthy life. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. So I know, I get it. I hate doctors too. I hate it. I get nervous. Like I'm one of those people because I have high blood pressure, but I have that white coat syndrome, and I can't. As soon as I walk into the doctor's office, my blood pressure shoots, and they're like, "Wow, it's high." It's like, if you check me at home, it's fine. It's as soon as I walk in here. I know. I trust me. I'm one of those people. So, but don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Don't just get it done. Do it for you, yourself. Do it for your family. It's bring your whole family down. If you're looking for resources, and if you're like, hey, look, I don't have insurance. I don't have a lot of options here. Come to this event. Let them see what they can do for you. I guarantee there'll be someone in that building that could probably help you navigate whatever issues you're having here. So please come out. It's a free event. Doesn't cost you anything. And a lot of fun. So I'm just curious, like volunteers and stuff. I know, but if people are just saying, "Hey, if you need help set up chairs, tables, any of that kind of stuff," is that a opportunity available?
Yes, we gladly welcome volunteers. So if anyone has some time, would like to help us set up, even take down things, and
sure,
we want to leave the Boys and Girls Club like we found it.
Absolutely.
And so if you can volunteer, that would be wonderful.
And if you want to learn more about Boys and Girls Club, I imagine they'll have some of their folks there too that you can talk about their after-school program. I know they got some Thanksgiving and Halloween events coming up here. Of course, you'll miss the holiday. It'll be November 4th, so that'll pass the Halloween event. But they'll be up on their Thanksgiving event, and they're usually looking for donations and things too. So if you like to help them out while you come, bring some donations. Definitely, please, because Boys and Girls Club does a lot of great stuff there too. So it's great that, and thanks to the city and stuff, they during COVID they completely remodeled and redid that facility. So if you haven't been in there since then, use the health day as a chance to come see the new digs there at the Boys and Girls Club too. So it's a really cool deal. But from 10 to 1, Saturday, November 4th, and it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club here of Chavez and Lincoln County, which is located at 201 South Garden, if you're not familiar. This event's presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of New Mexico, Chavez County Health Council, and our Boys and Girls Club here, big supporters of them. If you'd like to be a part of this still as a vendor or a organization that wants to set up a booth, call 211, the Chavez County Health Council hotline. They have more numbers. They have a regular number. I don't have it in front of me. So if you like to dial more than 3 numbers, you can leave a message. Or if you're a social media person, Chavez County Health Council has a Facebook page. Shoot a message on there, and they will quickly get someone to get you in touch with Bonnie and all that too. So that's if you don't remember the 211, or if you're not, maybe you're on a computer, not near a phone. So and you can do it online that way too. So. Bonnie, is there other information, anything we wanted to talk about, or any other things with Blue Cross Blue Shield we want to talk about outside of this event, while we got you here?
Well, one of the things that we've been doing as we've been doing our outreach across the state of New Mexico is sharing information about the ending of the public health emergency and making sure that folks are sending or updating their address with the state of New Mexico if they're on a Medicaid program.
Okay.
No matter what insurance company they're with, update your address if you've moved, or if you have a different phone number, please have that contact information updated. That's super important. The other thing is be expecting a turquoise envelope. When that turquoise envelope comes, please be sure to follow the directions and update or reapply for your Medicaid benefits, because everyone who's on Medicaid is going to be re-enrolling, renewing their Medicaid.
Gotcha.
So
is this going to I guess did the requirements change during the pandemic and now they change back kind of thing?
Well,
or
during the pandemic, everyone was just automatically re-enrolled.
Got you.
And now that the public health emergency is over, they're having everybody re-enroll.
So they're basically making sure applying and making sure the people that are qualified are still qualified and things like that. Makes sense. But you will, if you're on that, you will see a turquoise envelope coming in your mail here in the near future. Fill it out. Don't just throw it in the trash. It's not a thing to try and get you buy a car, or it's not full of coupons. It's important stuff.
Yes. So that's one of the other things that we share when we're out in the community. So I'll be here in Roswell today.
Good deal. And by the way, it's turquoise, so it should stick out.
Yes. Turquoise envelope.
You don't get a lot of turquoise mail in the mail. So it should stick out there. So.
Yes.
Good deal, but that way, and you don't want to miss on that, because I'd hate for you to one day think you're covered and then you go and it turns out you didn't fill out an update, so you're not anymore. And you don't want to find that out when you need services. That's the worst time to find that out. So do your advance work, get that done. That way, that's one less thing you got to worry about, because when you need it, you want to focus on getting better, not focus on who's going to pay for it. Sometimes, you know what I mean? You got enough worries usually at that time, then let's not this part be one of them. So Good deal. But again, don't forget the big community health fair presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Mexico, the Chavez County Health Council, and Boys and Girls Club will be happening Saturday, November 4th at the Boys and Girls Club, 201 South Garden, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Blue Cross Blue Shield caravan will be there doing COVID-19 and flu shot boosters. Also be doing screenings for diabetes and behavioral health things like that. And plus there'll be booths with other community resources, other health and wellness information. If you're looking for other programs and things like the Department of Health, things like that, there'll be experts there to help you navigate and talk to you about all that stuff. Fun stuff. Yeah, there's going to be fun and, snacks and all that. So there's going to be carrots to dangle. You'll come and probably have lots of giveaways and goodies and things there too while you're there. But the real goodies are getting your health care taken care of, getting in touch with the people that can help you best, and making sure that when the big thing happens that you're ready and prepared for it here. And don't forget to say hello to Blue Bear, going to be there, and so the kids can come and meet Blue Bear, the Blue Cross Blue Shield Bear, and just come. It's going to be a fun event too. Don't think it's all work. Come have fun. Come and it's going to be a good community event, and who knows, you might find your next passion while you're there too. So come out, mark it on your calendar, Saturday, November 4th. You got a couple weeks here, so don't let it slip your brain. November. By the way, like October's almost over, folks. Halloween's next week, which means right after that is it's not this Saturday. I guess that's next Saturday, isn't it? November 4th. Man, yes. It is creeping up quick. It's like 2 weeks away. So, get it on your calendars and make plans to attend here at the Boys and Girls Club. And again, if you have any questions about anything we're talking about here, call the 211 hotline. Shoot a message to the Chaves County Health Council Facebook page, and they'll get your answers to you pretty quick there. So, good deal. Well, thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sure you got a bunch of phone calls and things waiting for you at your office, so we'll let you get to it there. But we'll see you next time, okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, it is 7:45. Let us pause for news, your Kim Commando update, Chaves County sports update as well, and some commercials to pay for lunch. Don't go away. We'll be back. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Sorello. This marks the 100-year anniversary of Carlsbad Caverns National Park. In celebration of the centenary anniversary, the city of Carlsbad and the Carlsbad Arts Council are unveiling a new mural designed by world-renowned artist Kelsey Montague. The mural is at 220 South Canal Street and welcomes visitors from the Carlsbad Caverns into the city. Standing 23 by 23 feet, the mural is a fanciful interpretation of bat wings in honor of the Carlsbad Caverns' favorite inhabitants, the Mexican free-tailed bat. And we have a traffic alert for you in Roswell today. A short section of North Garden Avenue in Roswell, just north of the railroad tracks to just south of the tracks, will be closed to traffic for the next couple of days. Repairs are being made to the railroad crossing. The impacted section of Garden Avenue is just east of the Wool Bowl. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello reporting.
The lawsuit filed yesterday against Meta, formerly Facebook, by 42 of the 50 states could be the one that finally, after all the warnings from educators, psychologists, and even former Facebook employees, forces Facebook and Instagram to admit that its algorithms are targeting children and young adults, causing mental harm. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by ExpressVPN. Secure online data and get an extra 3 months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. 42 state attorneys general, both Republicans and Democrats, say they finally have enough evidence to prove that Facebook and Instagram is purposely designed to hook and addict kids, making them come back, and when they do, keep them online longer. That both Facebook and Instagram cause mental health damage to kids or eating disorders through a combination of photo filters and likes. This is the first lawsuit that could fundamentally change Meta. Amp up your digital know-how the easy way. Get my free daily newsletter. It's waiting for you right now at getkim.com. 36,000, 25, 1. 3 numbers to remember to get the visibility and control you need to make the right business decisions instantly. 36,000. That's how many businesses have upgraded to NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system, streamlining accounting, financial management, inventory, HR, and more. And this year is NetSuite's 25th anniversary. That's 25 years of helping businesses do more with less. And finally, the #1. Because your business is one of a kind, NetSuite offers customized solutions for all your KPIs in one efficient system. That's one source of truth to manage risk, get reliable forecasts, and improve margins. Everything you need, all in one place. Right now, download NetSuite's popular KPI checklist. designed to give you consistently excellent performance, absolutely free at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim to get your very own KPI checklist. That's netsuite.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good today. We have high pressure moving back in over eastern New Mexico. We should get some sunshine today, maybe a little bit breezy, and comfortable daytime highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, clear and down to the low 50s, and then pretty nice on Thursday. We'll hit about 80 for the afternoon high, and we stay sunny. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunshine Friday, fair through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
In a time where humans and technology collide, ineffective technology plagues our businesses, schools, and healthcare environments. DSI Document Solutions has emerged as New Mexico's safeguard from the pains of slowed productivity, providing our nation's top business technology, workflow strategies, and support. DSI is here to boost your productivity and reduce your costs. Get ready for success. Visit our new website at dsinm.com.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Well, we've got an important boys soccer match happening today. It's on the Goddard Rockets home field. The Rockets at 11-7-1 overall will be taking on the Lovington team. That's 11-7 overall. And it's even closer than that. Both teams are 3-2 in district. And because Artesia dropped a match to Lovington over the weekend, that means it's a three-way tie at the top of the district. So that game starts tonight at 6 o'clock. Goddard's last outing was a victory over Portales on Saturday. And we have a couple of volleyball scores for you, the ones that were turned in. The Roswell Coyotes win at Clovis. No problems. 3-0 sweep, 25-17, 25-17, 25-20 were the game counts. And it was Dexter playing at home against Tucumcari, losing 3-1. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston. First it was Ford, then Stellantis, and now a General Motors factory has been added to the growing list of highly profitable plants where the UAW is on strike. Yesterday, about 5,000 workers walked out of GM's factory in Arlington, Texas. That's where high-margin SUVs such as the Chevy Tahoe and Cadillac Escalade are made. Dozens of U.S. states are suing Meta platforms for harming young people's mental health and contributing to the youth mental health crisis by knowingly designing features on Instagram and Facebook that addict children to the platforms. California regulators have revoked the license of a robo-taxi service owned by GM. This after determining its driverless cars that recently began transporting passengers in San Francisco are a dangerous menace. Wall Street closed higher in yesterday's trading. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington.
Are you ready to give your car what it deserves? Look no further than Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford services all makes, all models, from Hondas to Hyundais, Nissans to Toyotas, Chevys to Dodges, Chryslers to Jeeps, and much more. This month, experience the works with 5 quarts of oil and more for just $49.99. Diesel vehicle owners, we've got you covered too. Get the works oil change with up to 13 quarts for just $119.99. And Roswell Ford's offering gas oil changes on Saturday with up to 5 quarts for just $19.99. Need more than just an oil change? How about $50 off any fluid service? Breathe fresh air into your engine with Roswell Ford's gas engine air filter for just $24.99 or just $59.99 for diesel engines. Plus, any additional services recommended by Roswell Ford's expert technicians enjoy a 10% discount. For expert service that'll have you back on the road and enjoying southeastern New Mexico, visit Roswell Ford today and drive away with confidence. The home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
Check out some of the ghoulish deals you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Assorted Hungry Man dinners are 2 for $6, and assorted 10-packs of Kool-Aid Jammers are 2 for $5. In produce, U.S. #1 sweet potatoes are 2 pounds for $1, and fresh green asparagus is $2.79 a pound. In the meat department, Boston butt pork roast is $1.79 a pound, and 10-pound bags of fryer leg quarters are 39 cents a pound. These are just some of the ghoulish deals you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
Believe it or not, your home insurance company isn't evil. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here. A lot of roofers make your insurance company out to be your enemy. They'll talk about fighting and battling your insurance to get you the claim you deserve. But honestly, your insurance company is a group of people just like you and me. That's why we don't treat your roof insurance claim like we're going to war. We treat it like a court case. We provide your insurance company every piece of evidence needed to get you the highest possible claim. We submit photos, videos, detailed documents, and line-by-line estimates. And guess what? Our non-combat approach works. On 92% of roof insurance claims, we get the highest amount the first time. And the rare times we don't, well then, that's when we go to bat for you. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
The Fergalicious boys can keep you hot this winter.
Fergalicious.
Oh yeah, it's getting cold out there, and Fergus Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep things hot in your home. They can come by and winterize your pipes and check your insulation, and you know they'll do it with nothing but love. Oh yeah, baby. Call the Fergalicious boys at Fergus Plumbing and Heating at 622-2660. When you need it hot, Fergus is on the job.
Fergalicious. Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
Let's face it, guys. We're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
It's NMMI Bronco volleyball time once again, Wednesday, October 25th, as the Broncos host Midland College. The Broncos are number 1 in conference and number 5 in the nation, and look to keep their perfect conference record intact against this tough rival. Can the Broncos make it 16 match victories in a row? Come out to the Cahoon Armory Wednesday night at 6 p.m. NMMI Bronco volleyball versus Midland College. Don't miss it.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Turtles can breathe through their butts. We imagine you know some people who do that too, because that's where their heads reside. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:56. Got a few minutes here before news takes over here at the top of the hour. Stay tuned. Next hour, about 8:15 or so, we're going to be joined in studio by Carl Shelton. He is the new Scout Executive CEO for the Conquistador Council here, Boy Scouts of America. So we're going to meet him and talk a little bit about scouting here in Southeast New Mexico. Got some upcoming events and things. And if you're looking for an opportunity for your child through scouting, he's probably got some suggestions for you. So we'll talk here with Carl next hour. Also want to put on your radar a couple of things. Of course, we have coming up here, September 11th is Veterans Day. Of course, we have the Veterans Parade and all that coming up. But also want to remind you that Bob Power is having a Veterans Day dinner, free dinner and entertainment, and it's going to be November 11th at 5 p.m. at First United Methodist Church, 200 North Pennsylvania in Roswell. The dinner will be prime rib with all the trimmings, followed by some great local entertainment. If you are interested in helping out, they're also looking, Bob said he is looking for donations and things like that too. So if you'd like to help that way, support some veterans and help them that way, you can contact Bob Power at 575-910-4648. Again, that's 575-910-4648. And then, of course, veterans, you're invited. Make plans to attend November the 11th, Veterans Day, 5 p.m. at First United Methodist Church here in Roswell. Also, don't forget, now this is in Carlsbad, but it's really impacts all of New Mexico. The Desert Willow, I always mess this up, Wildlife and Rehabilitation Center. That's what it's called. I always botch it. The animal rescue. What they, of course, they're a great organization. We just talked with Lori yesterday about it, but they're having their annual gala, their 4th annual dinner and benefit auction and all of that. It's going to be a great evening of food, music, and all kinds of fun. It's going to be in Carlsbad at the Walter Gerald Performing Arts Center, November the 9th from 5 to 9 p.m. You can get tickets at online, or you can call 575-689-6711. Or if you go to DWWRC, that's Desert Willow Wildlife Rehabilitation Center.org. I know that's a lot to remember, but DWWRC.org is the website. You can go and get tickets there, and they do great work. They rescue animals all across the state, birds of prey, wildlife animals, and return them to the wild if they can. But if they cannot, because they're too injured to be back in the wild, then they call the Desert Willow facility home, and they got a beautiful facility there too. So if you want to support what they do, they even do veterinary stuff for all over the state, including here in the Roswell Zoo and all that too. So by supporting it, you're supporting all of New Mexico. So again, that website, dwwrc.org, is the website. All right, it is 8 o'clock. Town Hall News next. We'll be back.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Amid calls for a more measured response to the brutal Hamas terror attack, Israel once again vowing to destroy Hamas. At the UN Security Council, Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen asking, how can you agree to a ceasefire with someone who swore to kill and destroy your own existence? Secretary of State Antony Blinken addressing the Security Council.
Palestinian civilians must be protected. That means Hamas must cease using them as human shields. It's hard to think of an act of greater cynicism. It means Israel must take all possible precautions to avoid harm to civilians.
And the leader of Lebanon's Hezbollah has met with top Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad officials. It is the first meeting we are aware of since the Hamas-Israel war broke out earlier this month. Louisiana's Mike Johnson, the Republicans' latest choice for Speaker of the House.
Congressman Johnson became the GOP's latest nominee for House Speaker on Tuesday night after the other hopefuls fizzled out. It took several rounds on Tuesday to narrow things down from a 5-candidate field, but Johnson stayed in the lead. The full House is scheduled to reconvene at noon Wednesday. That is the earliest a Speaker could be elected by the full chamber.
Correspondent Edwin Morris says we don't know if Johnson has enough support to win the speakership in a vote by the full House. Powerful Hurricane Otis has been pummeling Mexico's Pacific coast, packing winds of up to 165 miles per hour. Otis came in as a Category 5 hurricane, and some damage has been reported. After defeating Philadelphia 4-2 in deciding Game 7 of the NLCS, the Diamondbacks headed to the World Series. Arizona will face the Texas Rangers. Game 1 set for Friday night at Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas. On Wall Street, the Dow down 100 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
A cruise line that failed to cancel a voyage from Sydney that led to a COVID outbreak has been ruled negligent in an Australian class action case. The Ruby Princess ocean liner left Sydney March 8th of 2020 on a 13-day cruise to New Zealand, but returned in 11 days as Australia's borders were closing. More than 660 of the 2,600 passengers were infected. 28 died. The judge ruled Carnival was negligent under Australian consumer law. Hong Kong's leader has cut taxes for some home buyers and stock traders to boost markets. The city seeking to maintain a reputation as a global financial hub. Chief Executive John Lee says the extra levies imposed on non-resident buyers and current local homeowners looking to buy additional properties would be cut in half. Hong Kong has been wrestling with the mass departure of residents in recent years. News and analysis at townhall.com. The death toll has risen to 8 in a catastrophic multi-vehicle crash along an interstate near New Orleans Monday morning. So many vehicles were wrecked and so much damage done to the highway that the cleanup goes on.
Louisiana officials say 158 vehicles were involved in the pileup on I-55, including a tanker that caught fire and a car that flipped over a guardrail, landing in the water. That driver made it out. Pictures and video from the scene show cars piled on top of one another, crushed front and rear ends, blown tires, and distraught drivers. The crash was caused by smoke from a marsh fire mixing with dense fog, creating a super fog, dropping visibility to just a few feet. I'm Julie Walker.
Snow started falling yesterday in the northern Cascades and Rockies, first major snowstorm of the season. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
They call it the deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday. A little different than an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was like dark and kind of cloudy, foggy. Now it's sunny, and I don't even see clouds out my window.
The sun pretty much made its mind up.
One behind the tree there. I take it back. There is one. But, kind of different. So, although we do have a chance at rain this afternoon.
Now, how much of a chance?
Like a 20.
Yeah, it's not a chance.
But for us, that's a lot.
It would seem so.
You know as well as I do. When they give us 80, 90, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Those 10% jobbers that really get us. That's the ones they nail us with. So, but that being said, probably won't be. I hope I jinxed it. I'm going to say it's not. I'm going to go opposite. It ain't going to rain today.
There you go.
It's just not going to.
So you're trying to reverse psychology the sky?
Exactly.
I see.
Don't tell them that.
Okay. That's fine. They don't listen. They don't listen to the station.
Nobody does.
No, they're more into pop music in the morning. It's fine.
Well, happy Wednesday. Welcome to it. It is it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Near 80 today. Although I am still wearing long sleeve tees.
Oh, yeah. I went ahead and hoodied up.
You hoodied up. Good for you. So, but yeah, I'm kind of digging. And then I'm finally just happy that it's like, it's going to be hot today. And it's like 80.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's so happy now. It's like, it's going to be warm. 82.
I'll take any fall warmth you have to give me at this point.
That's what I love. It's like, it's going to be a hot one today.
It's weird how I've shifted though. Like I was so cold a few days ago that I literally went and stood in the window to let the sun warm me. I just my whole body was just cold. I'm like, where was this 2 months ago when I was dying?
I was just thinking like you standing there in the window at the light and you just like, again,
it was more
San Juanto Windejo from Shawshank Redemption.
It was actually
in the rain,
more,
but it's sunlight.
It was more Mary Catherine Gallagher from Superstar. I had my hands under my arms trying to warm, like clutching my body for warmth.
Sure wasn't Sound of Music where you were like spinning and frolicking?
It wasn't that, no. No, I saved my frolicking for the field. Thank you very much.
Let the sun come down.
You hit the right part of 6 Mile Hill.
Yeah.
It starts singing. Those hills sing. Right time of year, right spot on the hill. You can get a good frolic in.
I think that's the people that live there. They're up in there singing.
Oh, it's frowned upon for sure. They're all armed. I feel like laser beads on my forehead. It's not safe. It's just it's peaceful.
Well, and part of it too is as you get older, like I used to never be cold, like ever. Like I was that guy at everyone's wearing a coat and I'm in a t-shirt because I'm like, oh, this is nice.
I used to make the joke that Mike hangs meat in his living room.
I'm that guy. And as I've gotten a little older now, it's weird. Like I use a blanket sometimes.
Right.
And I'm like, what? A blanket? I never had a blanket. Now I want a blanket. So.
Yeah. No self-respecting man should own what is called a lap blanket.
Yeah.
But I have one of those now. And yes, it's crocheted.
Well, I'd give me about another 5-10 years and my house will be 78.
Yeah? That'd be different. It's kind of like how they keep retirement homes a lot cooler because meat spoils slower at a lower temperature, you know?
Yeah.
I figure as you get older, you
know
want to
what? That's true.
Lower.
Maybe I ought to keep it down to keep me pickled. Don't thaw them out. You don't want that.
How do you stay looking so young? Refrigeration.
Right. I'm pre-cryo freezing me.
Cold therapy, we'll call it.
That's right. Me and Walt Disney. Which is not true, by the way. His head's not sitting somewhere in a thing. That's all rumors. You ever heard that?
Do you know that, though?
Yes.
Really?
Uh-huh.
How?
I know a guy.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about how I know.
I'm just saying, a conspiracy theory is only a conspiracy theory until it's proved to be a fact. Just saying.
I'll believe a lot of things. That ain't one of them.
See, I would argue that if you're going to cryogenically freeze like a human, you should do the whole shebang-a-bang, not just the head.
Yeah, what if you need the other parts?
You're running the risk of like, are we going to be able to reattach this? Like, do we have that technology?
Well, what are they attaching it to? A robot?
I would think, yeah.
Okay.
Every iteration I've ever seen of the Walt Disney frozen head theory, it's attached to a cyborg.
Okay. I kind of would like that.
I mean, it would definitely make for an interesting day at the park.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as long as like the cyborg body makes me do things better. Like I run faster, I jump higher.
Oh, we're talking about you in this scenario, not Walt Disney.
Well, yeah.
I don't think Walt Disney was worried about running faster and jumping higher.
I don't care what Walt Disney does with his robot form. Okay. I'm talking about mine.
Like I feel like now's my time to compete.
I just want, and I want attachments, like a Swiss Army knife. I want like a toothpick holder, a fork and knife, a file. I want these things on my robot body.
At this point, would the human head really be that much of a bit? Because I'm picturing like a Boston Dynamics style robot. You know, those things that can jump around, do all the weird breakdance and stuff in the factory or in the warehouse. A human head would be a weakness at that point.
That's why I got helmets.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying the AI or whatever, robot brain once we've advanced to this point in technology would think, well, I don't want a human head if it's going to be vulnerable.
Let's see. Think RoboCop. A la RoboCop.
There was only like 4% of him left at the beginning of that movie.
I'm just thinking we can if we can figure this part out, we can protect the melon here. Is all I'm saying. We have the technology.
I'm just thinking, take the brain out and encase that in like a robot steel
Put in
skull.
a Tupperware dish.
So at least you have the human brain. See, now I'm way overthinking this.
Yeah,
But at least you
this
have the
got
human
deep
brain
quick.
with
I'm
all
trying
its,
to get out.
with all its synapses and whatnot. But it's encased in steel.
All right.
I'm saying take the weakness out of the equation.
I'd rather. But what if I want to look?
But what about my dapper hairstyle?
I don't say what. Yeah, I want to look good. I got it,
Mike. That ship sailed, man.
Well, if we can fix this, I think we can Botox this up or something. I don't know. I mean, whatever. So. Oh, man. Either way, I can't wait.
Down the rabbit hole we went.
As long as I can eat, I want to eat.
See, but that's the problem.
The only thing.
You're losing the whole digestive process, so
I know.
you couldn't.
Maybe I can just.
I wouldn't think you could taste anymore
Well,
necessarily.
maybe I could eat it and then it goes somewhere and then comes out somewhere later. I don't know.
That's called bulimia.
Not the same place. And I'm out. All right.
These problems aren't for us to figure out. These problems are for the scientists to figure out. We'll leave it to R&D.
This is true. You got thrown in the wolves here this morning.
It's a crapshoot. We never know what's going to happen.
It just
Show
happens.
prep. What's that?
We're going to talk about scouting here. So we got to shut up.
That's right. So from human heads and robot bodies to orienteering.
That's right. Hey, doesn't matter what we do. These folks are going to be prepared.
That's right.
Huh? See?
I see what you did there.
Segue. Oh, that's pretty good. We're going to have Carl Shelton join us. He is the new Scout Executive CEO for the Conquistador Council here. That is your local council for Boy Scouts of America here in Southeast New Mexico. So he's already probably had a tour of Southeast New Mexico because even though we have a lot of people, we have a lot of property. So there's some acreage to cover to get some of all that. So, but we'll talk with Scott and obviously talk a little bit about scouting. And if you're looking for opportunities for your family to be a part of scouting, there is so many different packs and troops here in Roswell. There's bound to be one in a neighborhood near you. So we'll talk about that with Scott here in just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Or Carl, sorry, I was doing the Shelton thing and my brain's fried. Before we do any of that, though, let's take a look at your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good today. We have high pressure moving back in over eastern New Mexico. We should get some sunshine today, maybe a little bit breezy, and comfortable daytime highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, clear and down to the low 50s, and then pretty nice on Thursday. We'll hit about 80 for the afternoon high, and we stay sunny. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunshine Friday, fair through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 53 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 93%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. There is a slight chance, as I mentioned, 20% chance for showers this afternoon. They talk mainly after 3 today. Sunny and 78 for a high otherwise with winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight, expect an overnight low of 50. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny and 82 for a high. South winds 5 to 10. Thursday, tomorrow night, we're looking at clear skies with an overnight low of 49. Friday, sunny and 79. There is a 20% chance at showers Friday night. Otherwise, clear skies with an overnight low of 54. And then looking at your weekend, mostly sunny, 81 for Saturday. And then we get, I don't know about this. I don't believe this. Because it says for Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 52, breezy. I know when you do a 30-degree temperature drop, it ain't because it's breezy. It's because it's windy. So I think it's going to be windy on Saturday night, Sunday, because if we're going to go from 81 on Saturday to 52 on Sunday, something's blowing in. So that's what's happening. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take a 3.5-minute break, and then, like I said, we'll talk with Carl Shelton here and talk scouting. Don't go away.
Are you ready to give your car what it deserves? Look no further than Roswell Ford. Roswell Ford services all makes, all models, from Hondas to Hyundais, Nissans to Toyotas, Chevys to Dodges, Chryslers to Jeeps, and much more. This month, experience the works with 5 quarts of oil and more for just $49.99. Diesel vehicle owners, we've got you covered too. Get the works oil change with up to 13 quarts for just $119.99. And Roswell Ford's offering gas oil changes on Saturday with up to 5 quarts for just $19.99. Need more than just an oil change? How about $50 off any fluid service? Breathe fresh air into your engine with Roswell Ford's gas engine air filter for just $24.99 or just $59.99 for diesel engines. Plus, any additional services recommended by Roswell Ford's expert technicians enjoy a 10% discount. For expert service that'll have you back on the road and enjoying southeastern New Mexico, visit Roswell Ford today and drive away with confidence. The home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
Of all the flowers in the world, pansies get a bad rap. Hi, this is Jim Gill with Roswell Seed Company. The name pansies sound delicate and weak, but in reality, pansies are bold and beautiful. When the frost has killed all the other flowers, pansies start blooming, and they'll bloom all winter long, which is why you should come see us at Roswell Seed. We have a greenhouse full of colorful pansies ready to brighten up the coldest winter day. So come get your pansies, and remember, if someone calls you a pansy, take it as a compliment.
Do you struggle with acne, eczema, or worry about skin cancer? Research suggests that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70, but when detected early, 99% of skin cancer cases are curable. At Epiphany Dermatology of Roswell, we place special emphasis on prevention, screening, and treatment, so schedule your annual skin exam by calling us at 575-208-7050 or by visiting our website at epiphanydermatology.com and get checked today. Prevention is key.
Hey Artesia! The Lucky Duck Grill is proud to announce that we moved to a new location, 2209 West Main Street inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. Come visit us for breakfast, try our biscuits and gravy, our waffle breakfast, or the Scrambler breakfast plate. Lunch and dinner items include our old favorites, along with some new items like the Big Dill Burger, Cheeseburger Salad, or a brick of our homemade onion rings. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our giant cookie sundae. Open 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Let's go to the Lucky Duck Grill, now in the Pecos Inn, open every day, 6 to 8. Who's hungry? It's NMMI Bronco volleyball time once again, Wednesday, October 25th, as the Broncos host Midland College. The Broncos are number 1 in conference and number 5 in the nation, and look to keep their perfect conference record intact against this tough rival. Can the Broncos make it 16 match victories in a row? Come out to the Cahoon Armory Wednesday night at 6 p.m. NMMI Bronco volleyball versus Midland College. Don't miss it.
This October, Artesia General Hospital is here to help you take charge of your breast health. About 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will develop breast cancer. Understanding your family history and getting screened can help lower your risk and lead to early detection. They're pleased to offer advanced 3D mammography, providing increased early detection, more accurate results, and enhanced comfort. Don't wait. Request your mammogram today. Women over 40 don't need a physician's referral to schedule their annual screening. Visit artesiageneral.com/mammogram.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Alaska is the only state name that can be typed on one row of keys. Go ahead and try typing the other 49 states. We'll wait. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us now officially in the studio here, we've been talking for a little bit here, but Carl Shelton, who is the new Chief Executive CEO for the Conquistador Council, which is your local council here for Boy Scouts of America. Good morning. How are you doing today, Carl?
Good morning. I am doing great.
Well, welcome to New Mexico. Looks like you've been here about a month now. I think we're talking.
Just about a month.
Just about a month. He came from us from the California area.
Yeah.
So first off, first impressions. What's been life adjusting to settling here in Roswell, New Mexico?
You know, I am just fitting in. I appreciate my first day was October 2nd. You threw me a parade in town.
Hey,
I really appreciated that.
We do that with everyone. If you notice, we have lots of parades.
I waved at everybody as they went by, and they waved back. So thank you very much.
Well, you got to meet our fair, right? You came in there for the fair
I
week.
went down to the fair and enjoyed my time. I think I stood out looking a little too Californian. So you know, I'll work on that.
Just hold a turkey leg, and you fit right in.
But you know, it's been fantastic. I've been getting around town. In fact, all over our council service area, meeting folks, and just great people, very welcoming, and looking forward to it.
Well, it's a welcome to New Mexico. And now, how many have you been in scouting your whole life? Is it because as a child too, or when did you start in your scouting career?
I mean, I put on a uniform when I was 8 years old, which, based on the gray hair on my head, was a few moons ago.
Yeah, well, the growing, I've got them too, but less of them because I have less hair. So I know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was a youth in scouting my whole childhood. I was a parent volunteer in scouting before I made the jump into the profession, and and never looked back.
So I got to ask.
Okay.
Like, what's like your most memorable trip as a kid, like scouting or experience for you? Because everyone has, especially if you've been involved in something. It was a camping trip, or there's something that just was your favorite thing to do in scouting.
You know, there are so many, because I was the diehard scout who did not miss an outing.
Gotcha.
So I went on everything. But, you know, early on as a Boy Scout, my first summer camp, and it rained like 5 of the 7 days, but it was more about building the friendships and doing the times and playing cards up at night.
Sometimes when you're in a less than desirable situation together, it tends to build a little camaraderie and turns a bad thing into a cool thing at the end of the day. Yeah.
It was amazing, and I came home from that week thinking I'm never going to miss one of these.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. I was lucky enough to go to a World Jamboree. Again, showing the gray hairs. It was the Australia World Jamboree in 1988, 87, 88, that year. And I was lucky enough, my parents, got the money together, and I was able to go as part of a group to that World Jamboree. And so because of scouting, I got to see Australia. And so I did a lot of cool things, but that was the icing on the cake for me.
And it shows you how big scouting is. We are a world-level organization.
Matter of fact, to this day, in my closet in my house, I have a Japanese scout uniform for when I traded one of my uniforms for a Japanese scout uniform. So that's pretty cool.
I've had a chance to travel a few places in this world and go spend time with scouts, and it's an amazing brotherhood of just we connect.
It is. It's I attribute many of who I am today through my experiences in scouting. I've always will be a champion for the scouting program, because it makes young men and now women into very just capable. It gives them the tools to become adults and take whatever path they desire. They've got the tools and skill sets to achieve that, and scouting is literally that platform that allows for that to happen. And I would have never got to do the things whitewater rafting, rock climbing, all that stuff. I would have never done that stuff on my own as a child. And I got to experience all of that stuff through scouting. And so every child's scouting experience is unique, but I would tell you, you're making better human beings when you put them through scouting. That's just something I believe.
I believe it too. And I think some of us who came up through the program don't even realize how much we changed until we get years after the fact and go, where did I get that? I learned that in scouting. I learned that in scouting. Why can I lead a group? Oh, yeah, because I was a patrol leader when I was 11 years old.
My leadership skills and stuff started in scouting as a Cub Scout back. And it can start even earlier now with the Tiger program and all that. That wasn't around when I went through scouting.
And even our public speaking, right? You're as a 6-year-old, or 7-year-old, you're saying, okay, everybody do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Absolutely.
You're shaking in your boots, but you're getting that first chance in a safe environment to speak in front of a group.
Yeah, and then the cool part I love is, and this is the thing, I've never met Carl before. He's from California. I'm from Maryland, but we have shared experiences through scouting right away. And so we kind of connect and know exactly what's going on because we kind of chewed the same dirt a little bit, even though it was in two different sides of the country. You know what I mean? And that's what scouting is. And that's what I love about it.
And it's all thanks, frankly, to great volunteers who gave their time, to scout masters and den leaders who came out, and because that's the magic of
so many
scouting.
moms and dads over the years volunteering their time and everything, and that's what makes it great too. Because and I'm not gonna lie, my dad and everything was involved with me in scouting and so forth. My mom in the Cub Scout level, my dad in Boy Scouts level. And some of his best friends, like outside of scout, were through scouting. Like some of the other assistant scout masters and stuff, they end up becoming some of his best friends just because, we're going camping every weekend together. We're going, doing things together, and then socially started hanging out too. And so for adults, it's an equally enriching experience.
Yeah, and if you've chosen a value-based program to put your child in, so have those other adults. So you're associating with quality people alongside.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing, and I love and especially in the world we live in, and all the publicity and all this, and the things you hear and all that. I'm like, it's unfortunate some of those things happen in other places and all that, but it cannot diminish the fact that scouting is so much important and needed fabric of this country in this world, really. We need a mentor program like scouting for our youth, and it really, now more than ever, to be honest, because scouting is all about preparing your children for the future. That's what it really is. I mean, it's fun. They get to do camping and cooking and eating and getting in the woods and getting lost sometimes and doing all the things that scouting gives to them, but that's what makes them, those experiences will sit with them, and when they have that hard moment at work in their 20s and 30s, they're going to be a scouting experience that's going to kick in, and they're going to figure out a way to plot through it. And it's usually scouting that and even for me, like my time in the military served me well because of what I did in scouting. I'm
sure.
And that's matter of fact, my first stripe when I was in the Air Force, I got my first stripe solely because I'm an Eagle Scout. That was the only reason. So when everyone else graduated basic training, they were still slick sleeve. I had a stripe just because I'm an Eagle Scout. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Scouting. So if you're looking for something for your children, I think scouting is a great opportunity for that. And I think nowadays with Tigers, they start at 7 years old? 5. Now they go at 5.
Kindergarten. So if your child is in kindergarten, you can start in the Tiger program or Lion program.
Okay.
Tigers is the next year.
Okay. So Lions is
Lions is that kindergarten.
And then they go into Cub Scouts here, and then they work on their Wolf Bear and Weeblo and all that. And then, but here's the thing: they start at 5. They can stay involved in scouting through up to 21 years of age through our Explorer and Venture programs and things like that. Because if you look at it, like he was mentioning the Lions and the Tigers, then there's the Cub Scouts,
right?
And then the Boy Scouts. And then once you get to Boy Scout level, that's when you have options too. It's like Boy Scouts, but you can also be part of Explorers or Ventures. And they're a little bit different where the Boy Scout program's working towards Eagle rank. It's the traditional scouting program that most people think of.
Right.
Venture and Explorer kind of gets into specialized things. So if you have a group of people that are into law enforcement, they might have a Explorer post that it's strictly about law enforcement, things like that. Or if you're into shooting sports, there might be a group that does nothing but rifle and shotgun shooting. Or I know back when Maryland, they were some sailors, boat folks. So they had a post of Explorers that did not. We don't have that around here because no water. But maybe out of Elephant Butte or down in Lake in Carlsbad or Lake Van, they could pull something off. But so we had Explorer posts that dedicate, and that's where generally, and that's why it goes up to 21. We're scouting. Boy Scouts ends at 18. They're adults after that. But the Venture and Explorer takes them into their college time and 21 as well too. So and then of course after that point, then we say come be an adult volunteer and do that. But literally a child from 5 years old, so pretty much through school age, through after school and into college, there's a place for them in scouting.
Yeah.
And then you just got to find what your niche is.
Yep.
Too. Good deal. But just talking a little bit about volunteers and things right now. I'm sure this is something that I know you're new, but new to the area, so you may not have all the information yet. But I can tell you, it's true in every scouting district in every corner of this country. They're always looking for more volunteers and more people to be a part at the troop level, at the pack level, and even above that too. So if you're interested, and obviously a lot of people do it with their kids, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. We want families to do it together through the troop or pack level and that type of thing. But if maybe maybe you're a scout, maybe you're an Eagle Scout, maybe you don't have kids anymore, and you're thinking, so there's other roles you can serve. Maybe if you're not interested in being assistant scoutmaster or scout or any of that level, but you want to serve at a district level or committees, there's always volunteers and things that help do things like when they need a new scout executive, hire a new scout. There's always those kinds of volunteer type things needed that even if you don't have a child in a troop per se, that you can get involved with.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we have anything from, like you said, if you have an expertise in a field, you might be able to bring that or teach that. Maybe if the youth just make you nervous, but you're good with a paintbrush, we have facilities committees, but we can take anybody with any type of expertise. If you'd like to help make youth lives better, we can find a way to fit that in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like for instance, I teach radio merit badge from time to time, for things like that. Cause allegedly an expert.
Really? Based on what?
Allegedly. Because like myself, I don't have kids, so I stay involved in that way. And then, like I said, I'll serve on, occasionally from time to time, I'll get a phone call, say, hey, can you help us out here? And I'm like, yeah, sure, we do that. But that's how I serve through that. And that's because I don't have kids, so I don't. But please get every level of that. And here's the thing: you don't have to be an expert in stuff. If you just have a passion, the rest will work itself out. If you love working, wanting to see these kids succeed and do that, and if it's your own kids involved with it too. Then you figure it out. You go to these, every troop meeting. I've seen 100, troop meetings, and you go to, and the dads and moms are trying to figure out going through there and do it. They're, it's that's the beauty of it. It's and each troop has its own little identity and kind of passions and things like
personality,
that. Little personality to it. So that's the cool part about scouting and stuff too, and there's always friendly rivalries, and every mine's pack's the best pack, my troop's the best it's just like every other thing, and all that's part of the scouting program. And it's just to this day there's so many things, campfire songs and things that are stuck in my head that every once in a while you're in the shower and they just start belting out and you're like, where'd that come from? It's from scout camp 20 years ago. Like that rooster song still stuck in my head to this day.
Yep.
And it's just, but that's a good thing. I'm saying it's a good thing. It's
absolutely.
That's what scouting's about. So let's talk about some of the things the Conquistador Council is working on right now as far as events and things like that.
Sure. One of the things that we partner with the American Legion with the upcoming Veterans Day Parade.
Matter of fact, they're going to be in studio next hour.
Okay.
So coincidentally, they just happen to be in.
So we want to encourage everybody to come out and be a part of that. Look for our scouts. They may be marching by, so it might not be a great time to say, let me join, but...
And I know they'll be in the parades, but I also usually they also help us with our wreath ceremony. It's usually the Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
So when we do the laying of the wreaths portion of our veteran celebration and things like that, usually it's our scouts that are right there helping us get that
part of that
done.
duty to country part.
Yeah, absolutely. Scouting is that for Boy Scouts they have the 12 points of Scout Law, and part of that's and that's kind of the mantra, the words they live by, and patriotism and God and country are very much in the fabric of scouting. So this is that part of it.
Yep.
So they're going to be so look for scouts in all shapes and sizes participating in the Veterans Parade here on November 11th.
And then right after that, we're kicking off our Scouting for Food campaign.
Yeah, so you might be seeing the things in your mail asking you to leave some food out at your mailboxes or on your front doors.
The scouts will be coming by with door hangers and
Okay.
putting them on your door, so
Okay.
they'll know the territory that they put the hangers
Each
on.
pack and troop kind of covers
They
their
cover
area.
Their
yeah.
area. Now, if you'd like to get a hanger, we can get one out to you wherever you are. You can contact our council office.
And if you don't get one and you want, please reach out.
Absolutely.
We'll make sure someone collects the food from you.
And if there are any businesses that would like to be a drop-off point, they're happy to also contact us. We're taking general community donations.
Good.
And then each one of our troops and packs throughout the entire council, they take that food at the end of the week. They collect it on the 18th.
Okay.
And then they'll take that to a pantry that's local to them. So that'll serve whatever community you're in, the
Okay.
food you're donating.
I imagine a lot of stuff
that
here in
area.
Roswell will probably be Harvest Ministries.
That's our primary one here.
Yeah.
But,
obviously in Carlsbad and those areas, there'll be different ones.
Absolutely.
But for folks in this area, it'll go to Harvest Ministries, which I think we all know. They're like New Mexico has something called the Roadrunner Food Bank, and that's based out of Albuquerque, and they're kind of a state distributor for food and things. Harvest Ministries is kind of the Roswell. Like when they need work down here, they use the Harvest Ministries as their platform, and so they support there directly. So it is probably the most official source of assistance here that Roswell has. Yep. So it's and they do great work over there too. So you collect that food, and I know for a fact that the demand at Harvest Ministries has been extremely taxing on their resources right now. The food, the pantry shelves are low for them right now. And we're just coming out of the summer months, which is their dry season because they really do most of their collecting during school years because a lot of schools and stuff do food drives and things. And people that normally regularly donate have their vacations, so they're a little less likely to donate during the summer. So that's a dry spell for them. So they're now really in that mode of trying to get food back on the shelves and things like that. So events like Scouting for Food is a huge tool to make that happen here. Two of the biggest ones I think of in our local area that help is one is the Scouts food drive. The other is the letter carriers food drive. They do the same kind of thing. I think theirs is in the spring usually, but or right before summer, May timeframe, I think. But those are two big opportunities that people that Harvest Ministries gets their food. So. And I know Scouting for Food, that started when I was in Scouts. Like I remember I'm going to say maybe 12 or 13 is about the first year we started doing Scouting for Food. And shortly thereafter, or right before, I can't remember which, was the popcorn.
Yeah.
Like that started right around the Scouting for Food and popcorn within a couple years of each other. Which are now both two staples of Scouting program.
And we've got Scouts out selling popcorn now, too. So,
Now, back in my day, they didn't have all the options. You had popcorn. It was in a bag, and you had to pop it. Now you got microwave and pre-popped and caramel and all kinds of stuff.
The unpopped is my favorite
That's
thing
the
that they sell
original.
here. It's a great
Although
popping corn.
I'm a mark for the big bag of the caramel corn.
Well, instant gratification there.
Exactly. I'm all about working smarter, not harder. But yes. So please, when we get here in November, and you start seeing the information hangers coming asking you to donate food on the dates and things like that, please fill up that bag. And if you need a bigger bag or multiple bags, they'll make sure
you can. All the bags you need to put out, we'll pick them up and we'll get them down there.
And it's just like about non-perishable food, canned food, so no frozen, no refrigerated, no perishable foods, fresh foods like that. They
Canned
can need
and
that.
dried, yep.
But this is not for this. It's canned food, your mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of your microwavable soups and things that you can just throw in. They love that kind of stuff, especially for kids for after school where they don't have to do a lot of cooking, but they can throw a can of soup in the microwave for 2 minutes and do that thing. So those microwavable cans of things, those are great items. The stews, the mac and cheeses and things like that. All of that canned tunas, and I appreciate cleaning out pantries and things, but if you've got that can of creamed corn from 20 years ago that's been, or maybe the people that lived there before you left that can in there, let's just throw that bad boy away. Don't donate it. If it's not good for your family, don't donate it. And I love mystery can as much as the next people, but I don't want to open the can without the label on it. Like, could be peas, could be fruit cocktail. I don't know. don't do that either. Help us out. Make it clearly marked, and it's a can from put it this way: if there's like cartoon characters from the 50s on the can, let's give that to a museum somewhere, not donated for the food pantry. What happens is they have to go through all that stuff too, and anything is expired and all that, they got to throw it away because you can't give people expired food. That's not good. So you're actually creating more work by doing that stuff. So please help the Scouts out, help Harvest Ministries out. If you're going to pull out of the pantry, make sure it's stuff that's still good. Or if you're out doing your grocery shopping over the next couple weeks, just swing to those canned good aisles and pick up an extra few cans here to help out Scouting for Food. That would be a great thing because it all goes back right into the community, and it's a win because you're teaching these Scouts the importance of giving back and supporting our community.
Citizenship in the community.
Absolutely, that's what I love about these young kids. Get to see this stuff and get to see when good people do good things, and that rubs off on them, and they see when all these people. So I want you to make it where these kids are humping, and they got, they're like, they've got a problem. It's like, we need another pickup to pick up the more, this pickup's full. We need another pickup.
That's a happy problem.
That's the happy problem. And we want to have that where I ain't going to lie. I want the parents to say, my kids were very quiet that night because they were worn out, tired from walking all over neighborhoods, picking up bags of food. That's what we want. But that'll be coming up here on the Saturdays in November, and look for more dates. And as I get dates and reminders, I'll tell people, hey, don't forget that they're going to be over here this Saturday picking up food. So leave your cans of food out and all that good stuff too. But that's coming up here. 'Tis the season.
'Tis the season.
And of course, if you're looking to join a Scout pack or troop, you can always come by the main council office.
You can.
It's over in the pecan orchard there on Aspen.
Right on Aspen, yeah.
I can't miss it. Come in there. What's generally operation hours over there?
So there's typically somebody there from 9 in the morning till 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday.
So kind of regular office hours
or
there?
just hit our website, nmscouts.org.
Yeah.
So super simple.
There is you can follow the Conquistador Council BSA, which is the Facebook page. Yep. But you might have trouble if you don't want to spell conquistador. You might botch it a few times till you get it right. But if you do put in the CON, and by the time you get to the Q, it should pop right up on the thing, and then you could just like into it. But like and follow. That way you can stay up to date. If you're looking for a pack or something near you, shoot a message on there, and someone will be happy to talk to you about that kind of stuff.
And we're growing. We're starting new packs all the time out in the area. It's a great time to be scouting.
Absolutely. And then of course, at the Scout headquarters there on Aspen, it also has the Scout shop. So if you want to see like the uniforms and things, obviously you can purchase. But if you kind of want to see what scouting's all about and see a little history and see, visit the Scout shop there and look up because you got to see all the old pennants and Scout books and things like that. But if you want to get a little history of scouting and what it's about, that and of course I always tell people if you're going to be there, then go outside and visit the Eagle Scout patio. That's something I do every year too. I'm usually the MC for in the summer for the dedication for that ceremony. So it's kind of, I think by default I've kind of been the ex facto guy of that for the last dozen years or so. But that patio, although I don't know what you're going to do when you fill up the.
Well, I was saying we need a 13th point of the Scout law so we could just put an extension out there.
I was like, you're going to have a problem here in a few years.
We're down to another year or two, a bounty crop of Eagle Scouts, and we're
gonna need a bigger patio. But again, a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have too. So. And of course, just come by, reach out, and see what's scouting. Or if you know of a Scout pack near you, come visit their meeting on whatever. A lot of times Tuesdays or Thursday nights seem to be popular nights for Scout meetings around. But it could be all the above there, and come see the meeting, come see what it's about. And if for some reason you don't connect with that pack, then we've got a lot of other packs and troops too. So please reach out, come by the headquarters, or call or shoot a message on there. And then, and by all means, when you get the placards here for the Scouting for Food and all that, please find it in your heart to make sure you leave a good old bag of stuff on that morning for the Scouts to pick up. So,
absolutely,
good deal. And then the Veterans Parade. Look for our Scouts out there. And there's still time. Listen, next hour we're going to have our Post 61 folks if you want to get more involved with the Veterans
and
Parade.
Come out and support all our veterans. And
absolutely. Well, you know what's something that's really cool is our high schools and all of our schools. They do great veterans that Friday before, because Veterans Day falls on a Saturday this year. Most of them will be that Friday before, but they all do amazing veterans programs and things. And Goddard High School, they treat it like a rock concert.
Wow!
Like they literally have the gym filled with students, and the veterans come pouring in, and they're cheering like it's Metallica on stage. Man, it's crazy. Awesome. It's really cool. So.
Well, coming from a Navy town in San Diego, we appreciated our veterans there as well.
Absolutely, I'm about to say San Diego knows a thing or two.
We
about,
do know
about
one
military
or two things
people.
there, and I just love that same spirit that's here and the appreciation for
absolutely
those people who've served for us.
Yeah, I've got to admit, those guys that got stuck stationed at San Diego probably aren't complaining too much.
If you joined the Marine Corps and you joined west of the Mississippi, you got to go to San Diego for your training. I'm not saying it was an easy training, but that was the right place to go for your training.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I was in San Antonio, Texas. It ain't San Diego. Oh, man. Carl, is there any information you wanted to mention or anything we wanted to talk about that we just sidetracked or skipped?
We covered the high points, but I just think it's important that people understand scouting is as relevant as it has ever been to families. And a lot of our families, we've surveyed the area, they don't even know where to find scouting, or they just remember it as something their dad or grandpa did. And we are still here and strong and
more. And here's the thing too, we are blessed with a beautiful camp just an hour or so from here.
Yeah.
A little over an hour, but you speeders can do it in an hour, but the rest of it takes about 2. But anyway, Camp Wahanape here in the mountains we have, and that's just it too. Scouts in New Mexico are lucky. Like I grew up in Maryland, D.C. We had to go places like long ways to get to places to rock climb and do all that. Here, it's a 45-minute trip somewhere, and next thing you know, you're backpacking or rock climbing or doing scouting stuff.
And we've got Dowling down in Carlsbad where you can canoe and kayak.
There is a beautiful water thing in New Mexico
right there, and we're right on the edge of the river, right there. So
and folks don't realize the magnitude of what Philmont Scout Ranch is.
Well, it's amazing.
It is, and it's in your own state, in your own backyard here. But put it this way, and this is worldwide. Philmont Scout Ranch is known by Scout. It is high adventure base where, like, there's plenty of great high adventure bases, but still. The number 1 seed, the Piece de la Resistance, is Philmont Scout Ranch.
Scouting
in
paradise.
Cimarron, New Mexico. And it's in your own backyard. Yep. So scouting is very much a part, and it's a great thing. And like you said, it is relevant. Please, if you have children, please get involved. Please check it out. Or if you're a scouter from the past and looking for a place to get involved in your community again, scouting has a place for you. They would love to welcome you back into and serve it at whatever level that you feel comfortable doing here. We would love to have you do that. Always looking for volunteers. And by the way, there's great careers in scouting. Ask Carl. He's one of them.
Absolutely.
So if you want to pursue a career in scouting, that is a possibility.
Absolutely. In fact, we have an opening right now.
Yeah, that's right. They're always looking for district executives and things to serve. And because of the Conquistador Council is so big land-wise, you really need those DEs to be in their various communities because they're the source until a guy like Carl can get down from Roswell to get to them. You know what I mean? So it's really important that we keep this stuff going. And so if you have an interest or want to learn more about scouting, please. And I'm telling you, scouting is. Like even the programs and things like Scout Camp is way different nowadays than it was because now they do computers and stuff. Like I know the Scout Camp I went to has like a computer lab now and all that. I'm we had one payphone when I was there. Now,
it's full steam. I mean, you can learn how to weld. You can do some robotics. You name it. There's
absolutely
so many things.
However, don't worry, families. There's still very poor cell service in Camp Wahanape. So don't worry. They don't have too much access. That is the beauty of being at a camp in the mountains.
Yep.
Is the one thing that he can stop all of the phone text and everything.
I don't get reception until May.
He's got that one figured out for you. But still, scouting is very much in the oldest ways of doing things to the up and cutting edge stuff. That's what they do, right? They're always staying relevant that way, but never going away from the traditions of scouting and the things that made scouting what it is. When Lord Baden-Powell created the scouting organization, I would like to say if he looked at it today, he would be proud of what he sees.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? Good deal. Did we get it all, Carl? Anything else?
I could talk scouting all day.
I know.
You got other guests. So.
We do. We got to talk. And at some point, my show ends, and they get real mad when I start going into Clay and Buck's time. So.
Well, I look forward to our next visit.
Yeah, I look forward to visiting, and when we get more, maybe do something regular here just to talk about events and keep the scouting in the forefront of people's minds and things.
Absolutely.
So, good deal. Well, thank you, Carl.
All
nice
right.
to meet you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, it is 8:52. Time for me to shut my hole to play news. Your Cowboys report. I'm going to get it in. You're welcome, even though I hate the Cowboys. And a quick break. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. This marks the 100-year anniversary of Carlsbad Caverns National Park. In celebration of the centenary anniversary, the city of Carlsbad and the Carlsbad Arts Council are unveiling a new mural designed by world-renowned artist Kelsey Montague. The mural is at 220 South Canal Street and welcomes visitors from the Carlsbad Caverns into the city. Standing 23 by 23 feet, the mural is a fanciful interpretation of bat wings in honor of the Carlsbad Caverns' favorite inhabitants, the Mexican free-tailed bat. And we have a traffic alert for you in Roswell today. A short section of North Garden Avenue in Roswell, just north of the railroad tracks to just south of the tracks, will be closed to traffic for the next couple of days. Repairs are being made to the railroad crossing. The impacted section of Garden Avenue is just east of the Wool Bowl. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales. The boys host the Rams this Sunday, but it won't be the biggest show in town. That's because the Texas Rangers are hosting the World Series in Arlington this weekend. Hear what Jerry Jones says about sharing the sports spotlight right after this.
Becky Hammond on Inspiration.
I hope it's an inspiration to girls out there, being the first woman to coach an NBA team. But I've always been more inspired by the future, not by what I've done, but by what's coming next.
What do you want to do next? Whether it's buying a home, growing your wealth, or protecting your assets, SWBC is here to support your next steps toward financial success with personalized service and expert advice.
Visit SWBC.com to take the next step toward your financial future.
Cowboys Nation is big because everything's bigger in Texas. And Reliant has the energy to power it all. From home field advantage to home sweet home, Reliant has Dallas Cowboys fans all across the Lone Star State covered for every electric moment this season and beyond. Reliant, proud to be the official energy provider of your Dallas Cowboys.
Reliant, PUCT number 10007.
This weekend in Arlington, the Rams-Cowboys game at AT&T Stadium on Sunday is upstaged by the Texas Rangers, who host Game 1 and 2 of the World Series on Friday and Saturday night, just 2 blocks away from the Cowboys' home turf. But if you think Jerry Jones and the Cowboys are jealous, think again.
When you have this kind of interest, it lifts all boats. The entire North Texas area against the rest of the country, and that's alive and well with this great World Series we've got coming up here. If you're in my shoes, it's exciting to see what happens when it comes together. It's hard, it's rare. When it does come together, you need to celebrate it, and boy, this needs celebrating.
With your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good today. We have high pressure moving back in over eastern New Mexico. We should get some sunshine today, maybe a little bit breezy, and comfortable daytime highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, clear and down to the low 50s, and then pretty nice on Thursday. We'll hit about 80 for the afternoon high, and we stay sunny. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunshine Friday, fair through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
all across America. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Microsoft profits soar. Alphabet down. Meta sued. Strong earnings helped snap Wall Street's losing streak. All three major indexes higher. The Dow Jones Industrials rallied 200 points. Microsoft up 5% in the extended session. First quarter profits jumping 27%. Revenue from Microsoft's Intelligent Cloud segment rose 19%. Alphabet revenue up 11%. YouTube advertising and Google Cloud Computing boosting Alphabet earnings. Boeing earnings today. Analysts expect revenue to have jumped 13%. Third quarter deliveries already missing the mark. Investors looking to Boeing's guidance for signs of recovery. Dozens of states suing Meta over addictive Facebook features that target kids. Just one of several ongoing lawsuits against the Facebook and Instagram parent. The stock down nearly 3% over the past week. Meta earnings after the closing bell. More bad news for General Motors. The California DMV suspended testing permits for Cruise's autonomous vehicles. And meanwhile, 5,000 more GM workers are striking in Texas.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
Cybersecurity is back in the headlines. Numerous companies and Las Vegas casinos hijacked by a massive ransomware attack, and they've taken a huge financial hit. Your company could be next. If you're an executive who could feel the heat from a similar attack, tell your company's head of cybersecurity to visit Aricent.com. That's Aricent.com to schedule a call. Aricent provides proactive cybersecurity management and a zero-trust process that works. Visit Aricent.com. That's ERACENT.com.
Under Barry Foster in the last 7 years, city debt has climbed 300%. Instead of hiring 5 additional police officers, Barry Foster supported the $35 million public safety complex that 80% of voters rejected. And Barry Foster voted to spend $8 million for a Taj Mahal council chamber at the Civic Center instead of repairing our drinking water system. Now city water rates may be forced to increase by 25%. There's a better way. Carlos Marujo. Endorsed by Sheriff Mike Harrington, Carlos Marujo strongly supports law enforcement and public safety. Carlos Marujo will take a back-to-basics approach to city services and spending. A committed family man, Carlos Marujo understands that government must live within its means. And Barry Foster blames not paying his water bill for 2 years on his wife. Roswell doesn't deserve 4 more years of Barry Foster. Carlos Marujo, he's the change we need on our city council.
Our Values PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising, paid for by Our Values PAC, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. We're closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up here in just a few seconds. Stay tuned next hour. We're going to have the folks from American Legion Post 61 family join us, give us an update on what's going on there, including the Veterans Parade, which will be happening here on Saturday, November 11th. We'll talk about that. But Wreaths Across America is another thing they've got going on where they put the wreaths out during Christmas, but now's the time to order your wreaths and all that. Last year we put out 200 some wreaths out at the cemetery, so we'd like to break that for next year. But we'll talk about that next hour. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. The House expected to reconvene about an hour from now as Republicans have their 4th nominee for Speaker of the House. They've chosen Congressman Mike Johnson of Louisiana.
Johnson's nomination capped off a hectic day, but one that ended with House Republicans appearing to finally unite around a Speaker nominee. In an internal roll call validation vote for Johnson, all but 3 GOP members who voted present said they could vote for Johnson for Speaker on the House floor, while at least a dozen members were absent, putting him under the 217 vote threshold in the room. Johnson signaled optimism that he would win their support too.
Democracy is messy sometimes, but it is our system. This conference that you see, this House Republican majority, is united.
The House is expected to vote Wednesday on whether to install Johnson as its Speaker. Edwin Mora, Washington.
Iranian-backed attacks on U.S. troops in the Mideast are on the rise, according to the Pentagon. Combination of drones and rockets used in those attacks. Brigadier General Pat Ryder says the U.S. is bracing for more attacks and will respond appropriately at some point. The White House warning of more civilian casualties as the war in the Mideast heats up.
The Israel-Hamas war is already the deadliest of 5 Gaza wars for both sides. And White House National Security Council spokesman John Kirby warns that more lives will be lost.
This is war. It is combat. It is bloody. It is ugly. And it's going to be messy.
Kirby says he wishes that he could say something different, but it's going to happen. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The winds of Hurricane Otis have slowed to 110 miles per hour as it makes its way inland after slamming into Acapulco on Mexico's Pacific coast early today. The hurricane roared ashore with winds of 165. Stocks lower on Wall Street, and more on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Colonial heritage after an Indigenous leader raised concerns.
Sydney has 25 government-funded statues of Australia's early colonial leaders. Yvonne Weldon, the city's first Aboriginal councillor, believes many of their inscriptions are inaccurate, misleading and offensive. A statue of the British explorer Captain James Cook declares that he discovered Australia in 1770. However, Indigenous history dates back up to 65,000 years.
The BBC's Phil Mercer. China plans to send up a new telescope to probe deep into the universe as it prepares to launch the country's next 3-member crew for its space station. The Chinese manned space agency says the mission part of an expansion of the space station. The 3 astronauts will replace a crew that has been on board the station for about 6 months. News and analysis at townhall.com. Buy a bag of onions recently? If so, this could be of interest.
An outbreak of salmonella poisoning linked to bagged pre-cut onions recalled by a California firm has sickened at least 73 people in 22 states, including 15 who are hospitalized. The Food and Drug Administration and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are investigating the outbreak tied to onion products recalled by Gill's Onions of Oxnard. The onions had use-by dates in August 2023. They're no longer for sale in stores, but consumers may still have them in their freezers. They were sold to food service and other institutions and in some retail stores. Keith Peters reporting.
You may not realize it, but there are some 2,000 Vietnamese-made electric vehicles on America's roads. Vietnamese automaker VinFast hoping there will soon be a whole lot more. The company has plunged head-on into the crowded and super competitive U.S. auto market. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Crazy Viernes.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters. Right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
See, now it's getting like overcast again.
I know, it's kind of ebbing and flowing.
It's like fog rolling in or something. It almost looks like there's a little fog action going on.
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of hazy outside. Speaking of fog, did you hear about what happened? Was it yesterday, maybe over the weekend?
I guess
I think it was over the weekend, and I think they said it was in it was a marshland area. I'm not sure if it was in Texas but there was basically an 11-mile long, 175 car pileup.
Of course it's in Texas.
On
if
this
that ever
highway
happens, it's always in Texas when that happens.
What it was this combination of, it was already foggy out, and then that plus the combination of like smoke from marsh fires.
Yeah.
Were like, it was basically making it, visibility was 0% essentially. And they said people were just like, you couldn't see the car in front of you, and so if you were able to get stopped in time, you were fine. But then this one lady said that for like 45 minutes straight, she just kept getting hit and then hit again and hit again and hit, because cars were just consistently, slam into the back. And then that car was slammed into the back, and it was bad. They said there was like, I think 30 people were sent to the hospital and like 4 or 5 deaths.
And all because of fog.
All because of, and they called it.
But every time you hear about something like this,
fog.
It's always in Texas. Every single, like when there's a bad storm, usually it's a winter storm. Like there's a blizzard, and every single time there's hundreds of people trapped on an interstate for hours or days at a time because they can't clear the snow. And this is like, it's always Texas. So of course.
No, it was New Orleans.
Oh, it was New Orleans.
Yeah, it was in New Orleans. 7 killed, dozens injured after Louisiana's super fog, is what they called it.
Okay. Well, they are low.
Okay, so it's now they said the death toll rises to 8. It was 168 vehicle pileup.
Wow.
Yeah, the pictures, because it was all on this bridge. They said that rescue crews, firefighters and rescue crews, had to pull up to the side, like to the marshland, and then use their ladder trucks to get up to the overpass to get to them to help people out.
Well,
because it was so just congested and blocked off.
That whole area is below sea level, which probably means the fog gets really good in that area.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's put it this way, just a tip, folks. Y'all live in Roswell, Mexico, you good. We're like 6,000 feet.
Yeah.
Pro tip, don't move to a town that's built below sea level. You will have problems.
You know how, like,
Trust me.
when you get to a certain, like, if you're around a body of water and you start digging in the ground, you'll eventually hit water?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Well, I mean, New Orleans aside.
And they said, hey, let's build a city here.
New Orleans aside, there is, for people that know or are familiar with the Washington, D.C. area of Virginia, there is, you may have heard of this town, Alexandria, Virginia. It is on the water. It's there in the D.C. area. It's across the river into Virginia. Well, part of Alexandria is called Old Town. It's really cool, seeing college kids, bars. It's a popular area to hang out in the area. However, this portion of Alexandria is below sea level. And every time it rains even a little bit, that stupid town floods. And they wonder why.
Right.
Every time I'm like, geniuses, sea level. Below it, water goes there.
Right.
That's what happens.
Put your house up on stilts, which always to me seems like the least safe thing you can do.
Yeah.
Let's put our house on some wooden legs.
Well, this is why it's very expensive to insure a beach house.
Right. Especially, exactly. Especially in a place where, water and salt air aren't going to warp the bejesus out of that wood.
And then 9 times out of 10, you're in some kind of hurricane alley. So, yeah.
That's good living. It's good living.
Yeah, flood insurance. By the way, have you ever tried to buy flood insurance? It's quite expensive. If you live in a floodplain or something, it is not cheap.
We actually got turned down for 2 houses here in Roswell when we first moved to Roswell because they were on a floodplain and our insurance wouldn't cover it.
Yeah.
But they were nice places. I really love those houses.
Well, that's why
then we ended up in a crap shack, but that's fine.
That's why no one lived in them, because no one to cover their insurance on them. So
yeah, but the crap shack was totally in our price range.
But lots of crap.
Well, totally. Yeah.
A whole shack full. I thought you said crab shack. This is not what I imagined.
This is not what I signed up for. Came in here with bibs, with a bib on.
Right, I was ready to
Got my mouth all
out.
set up for some crab meat.
Like you said, crab shack. Like traveling pairs.
Stuff on crab.
Man. Well, yeah, just a pro tip, you know. So, but you guys are good here in New Mexico. We ain't gonna worry about that being below sea level. We're quite a high above.
Landlocked.
That's right. We got other problems, but not that one. So, stay tuned. We're going to have the folks from American Legion Post 61 family join us here in just a bit, talking a little bit about updates on things. Of course, Veterans Day Parade coming up here November 11th, but talking a little bit about Wreaths Across America and just things that the Post is up to. So we'll chit-chat about that here in just a bit. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety along with your Wall Street business update and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show.
I just reminded myself of something.
Yes.
Do you know the Success Kid meme?
Oh, the little baby, yeah.
Do you know how that picture originated? He wasn't going, yes.
I saw a thing, but I don't remember what it told me.
It was because he had sand in his mouth. They were at the beach, and he got sand in his mouth, and it was like the reaction to the grittiness of the sand in his mouth. He made that face and did that thing, and that's how the meme was born.
Oh,
so
okay.
Success Kid happened because the kid got some sand in his mouth.
Since you mentioned that meme, Inside Baseball, if you go into our lobby here, we have a roll-around table, and it's got a lot of brochures and things from various organizations in our community, all good organizations and things.
Sure.
But CASA's got one on there, and there's a picture, close-up of a picture of a baby on the brochure. I look at that baby. It looks like
Success Kid?
The Success Kid. Like I look at it like, you sure that's not the fist pound, the fist baby? It looks like him. Every time I look at that thing, I keep looking like, it looks like the fist baby.
That's kid's in his 20s now, by the way. Like there was a whole story about it like a few years ago that he was in college at the time. And he got nothing from it. Like he got no money or no, anything.
Well, other than
You're that one kid.
He's got a bar store, heck of a bar story.
That's true. Hey, how's it going? I'm Success Kid. Hey, where are you going?
Well, and like all of those do, like a bat in the eye guy.
Do you think he just walks up to women and just goes,
yeah? No wonder.
And just makes the face.
The bat and eye guy.
Yeah.
Or the
scumbag Steve.
Or the official Karen lady.
The guy
who looks kind of like Madonna in that picture
right.
for some reason. I keep thinking it's Madonna. It's not.
The guy who is famously is another one of those memes. Scumbag Steve, the dude with the backwards baseball cap standing in the doorway. Yeah, that picture was actually apparently he had just woken up or whatever, and it's not even at all. He's not a stoner. He's not like I think he said he was like a law student or something like that.
Nice.
They just caught him at a bad moment.
Well. He is now internet famous because
Congratulations,
of it.
Scumbag Steve.
There you go. And now the one guy is kind of made a bit of a career out of it now. The old guy smiling at the computer, that guy.
Hide the Pain Harold.
Yeah, him. So they all got names.
He didn't either. That's just his.
But now he's doing other stuff.
Is he?
He does commercials. Like
okay.
He's doing I see a thing for some kind of whiskey on there, and he's the guy. Like, no, he's making money off this now.
Okay.
That guy is got a little bit of I don't know what kind of money, but he's making a little money off of this.
Yeah.
So he's getting endorsement deals now.
You know what I learned today? I know way too many meme names.
Yeah,
I did not realize I knew
I
all
just described the picture, so I was like, oh, that's a Two Fist Bob,
and this is why I don't know math. It just that takes up the part of my brain where trigonometry would.
That's Pancreas Pam.
I'm gonna find me a Pancreas Pam. She's out there.
Now we're just getting the garbage pail kid cards. Oh man! All right, it is 9:15. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
Weather this hour is brought to you by Big O Tires in Roswell. Now through October 29th, save $100 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires in Roswell. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Things look pretty good today. We have high pressure moving back in over eastern New Mexico. We should get some sunshine today, maybe a little bit breezy, and comfortable daytime highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, clear and down to the low 50s, and then pretty nice on Thursday. We'll hit about 80 for the afternoon high, and we stay sunny. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunshine Friday, fair through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Someone needs to tell Steve fair was 2 weekends ago. Just kidding. Currently 54 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 93%. Winds currently out of the north at 6 miles per hour. We are looking at a 20% chance of rain showers for this afternoon. They're talking mainly after 3. Sunny and a high of 78 otherwise with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain continues into the evening hours, mainly before 7. So it looks like 3 to 7 are sweet spot for rain chances. Again, only at 20%. Mostly clear otherwise with an overnight low of 50. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny and 82. Winds out of the south 5 to 10. Clear tomorrow night with an overnight low of 49 degrees. Ooh, I love that. Cool nights mean good sleep. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny, highs near 79. Northwest winds 5 to 10. There is a 20% chance of rain Friday evening. Mostly clear, overnight low of 54. They've also tacked on a slight chance of showers Saturday morning when you wake up, but mostly sunny otherwise with a high of 81. And then Sunday, cooler. They say breezy. I'm going to say it's going to be windy because we're going from 82 on Saturday to 53 or 52 on Sunday. Mostly sunny and breezy with a high of 52. That tells me it's going to be windy, not breezy, but, be prepared for it. And then looks like next week we'll be 50s on Monday, too. 50s Mondays and Tuesday of next week. 50s is high. Yes. All right, it is 9:17. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break, and then we'll talk with the folks from American Legion Post 61 on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Rosa, have you decided where you're going to college yet?
There's so many choices. I'm still not sure.
Well, I've decided to attend the University of New Mexico. It's the only Research One university in the state. It's the flagship, and their academic programs are among the best in the nation.
The University of New Mexico? Can I still apply?
Of course. UNM is New Mexico's best university, and residents of New Mexico get preference in admission. Apply now, and we'll attend UNM together.
The University of New Mexico, New Mexico's University of Opportunity. Apply today at unm.edu.
Need new windows for your home? Beware of the sales gangster. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing and Windows here. A sales gangster is a window salesperson with the mobster mentality. They intimidate, bully, and fast talk you into buying their less than quality windows during a 3-hour pitch. Think I'm kidding? Call a few window companies and see for yourself. Or you can skip the sales gangsters and call Trustmark. We have fair, no-nonsense pricing on our premium windows, and our appointments take only about 60 to 75 minutes. Just long enough to listen to what you need, show you your options, answer your questions, and give you a straightforward quote. Then it's up to you. We can take a no just as easy as a yes, but I'll guarantee you this. No sales gangsters. Sound fair? Call Trustmark Roofing and Windows for your no-obligation spring window assessment. 575-755-7663 or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
If you thought it was cooling off, think again. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford. Get savings across the lot on a great selection of new F-150s, Super Duty Ford trucks, Broncos, and Raptors. Get 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% on select vehicles now through October 31st. The aggressive lenders at Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. And they'll work hard to get you approved. The deals are just heating up at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell.
Let's face it, guys. We're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's Aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in studio this morning from our American Legion Post 61 family, actually. We're kind of fully represented, actually in all facets. Sons, Legion, and, of course, our auxiliary as well. Of course, Ted Smith. You might know him from the Walker Aviation Museum visits from time to time. Well, today he's wearing his Post 61 hat as well. Also, we have Vanessa Fresquez as well, and Sean Nicholson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing today?
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Anytime. And, of course, our Fearless Commander's he's on the mend. So we get the real 18.
That's right. He's the show pony.
That's right. So, but he is listening this morning, so we can't say he is. He is. I got the word.
How are you?
I got the word. Lee is listening as we speak. But yes. So of course, folks not familiar, we have the American Legion Post 61 family join us each month and get an update on what's going on. It is one of our American Legion posts here in Roswell, and we are always looking for new members. We always have a lot going on. We meet on the first Thursday of every month at First United Methodist Church at 6 p.m. and we always welcome folks that are interested in coming to our meetings. It's open meeting. Love to have you. If you really want to come, we start meeting at 5 if you want to get there early and hang out, but you don't have to. But to be honest, if you go to First United Methodist Church pretty much every Thursday around 6 or so, we're there. Usually our auxiliaries working on the Charity Bears or one of our other projects here, or something's going on.
We're working on a quilt right now.
Okay.
With Angel at Calico Cow.
Yes.
Hi guys.
Who's a gold star mom, by the way, if y'all didn't know that. Yeah.
So she's pretty neat people. She's taught us a lot about quilting. We do have it together. She's helping us with the binding and the finishing touches.
So she's like your expert. Although there's a couple people in the auxiliary that have quilting experience, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like Candy Erzin.
Yeah.
And, we have she's on the tip of my tongue. Her husband's in the auxiliary.
Mom. Now you got me doing it.
Yeah. So Robbie.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So she does like a lot of our Afghans and our little blankets that we donate over to like the local nursing homes, veterans. Yeah, things like that.
They're always working on things, and when they're not doing that, they're working on the Charity Bears, which
or the care packages.
Care packages, yeah. And
a
lot of times we give to our first responders through Sheriff's Department, RPD, some of our fire and rescue. I think even Hagerman or Dexter. Some of the.
Oh yeah.
So I think we've given some to some of the organizations there, and they keep them in the backs of their vehicles. And whenever like police roll up on a domestic or a bad situation, there's kids involved. They usually give them the bears and things, and kind of create a little normalcy for these kids.
Super impactful, right?
Exactly, and that's the point. So we're always making those. So if you'd like to donate to the post directly, that's the kind of stuff it gets used for.
Yeah, we had a poster up at the New Mexico State Fair.
Mm-hmm.
So that highlights. Excuse me. That was a highlight from the activities that we did throughout the year, like from what Mike was just talking about to where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
We've acquired a lot of new members, so you'll see a lot of new faces and things like that. So
there's a line from the 70s from an old cigarette company. You've come a long way, baby. Y'all know it.
Much,
and you mentioned donating too, so I think foundational, all the stuff we may talk about today, right, is RoswellLegion.org is our website.
That is there, and you can read
all the
everything about
it. For everything right in there, where you can donate to the Legion. There's information in there on scholarships.
Yeah, if you are interested in our scholarships, we're going to be doing a new round here, I think in the first part of next year. So now's the time to turn those applications in. So if you are a college student,
or high school, getting accepted to a college,
and you have a veteran family, or if you yourself are the veteran looking to go to college, maybe you did get that GI Bill, but if you need some more assistance there, please apply for our scholarship, and but we'll be taking the applications through that website there.
Yes, sir. So the commander just sent me 2 links.
Yeah.
The first one is www.roswelllegion.org.
Yep, that's the one that gets you to everywhere you need to get to.
Yes, sir. And then www.roswellala.org.
Good deal.
So you could check one or the other out.
I think they go to the same place if you type in and deal.
It gets you there, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, everything's linked on there.
Right.
Yeah. And that way you can kind of learn about all and plus our tentpole projects like Memory Lawn Cemetery is one of our pet projects. We're always collecting money, and if you want to donate for that, you can designate it so it doesn't go into any of our other programs. It goes straight to the upkeep of Memory Lawn, which we've done.
People that are new to the area, 3 years ago, that place was a disaster area with waist-high weeds. You couldn't see half the grave markers out there.
It still needs some more love, but
man,
it's a lot better
than
it really fell out of disrepair there. And I don't know the exact number, but it's over 200 veterans call that cemetery home, and there's a lot of other people too.
Yeah, we got to remember Ralph Green's kind of.
Oh,
he's kind of the owner of that place, right? He goes out there and trims the grass on his mowers. He just
definitely been the guy. Like if you appreciate everything that's going, Ralph Green is the is the main culprit for making sure everything happens out there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those are our big big passion project things that we do as a Legion family, and that's and we do run this America for other veterans or other Legionnaires out there. Our post we run very sure we have a sons, and we have a auxiliary, we have a Legionnaire chapter, but we have our own meetings, but and to a point our own passions, but everything we do when it comes to community based is together. So when we're doing the Bears stuff, it's as a family. It's not just the auxiliary. It's our Legionnaires, our sons too. And if we're doing a pancake breakfast with the sun somewhere, it's all of our Legionnaire family. Yep. If we're out on Veterans Day, we operate as one unit, even though we're kind of 3 hats.
Yeah.
So
which is cool. I mean, we have to do that, right? I mean, because we split the membership up with 2 posts. It's the numbers are a little bit lower than it would be, but man, the impact on the community that our group has because it's a family team is huge, right?
And
it's not
see.
It's behind the scenes.
Not uncommon to have members that qualify for 2 or all 3 of the branches. You have
because you and I are sons and Legion members.
And if you happen to marry a fellow Marine or airman or whatever while you're in the military, guess what? Now you're both spouses of veterans and veterans. So kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Ted's mind just went.
Ted's doing the math real quick.
It's just another opportunity for my wife to tell me what to do.
Is that commercial with the purple smoke? But and that's kind of how we operate things here. That being said, we do have some things coming up here. We would love to put on your radar and to hopefully get you involved here. Do you want to do Reese Across America first?
Yeah. I'll talk Reese Across America. So I didn't know anything about Reese Across America until I joined the Legion and did some research to figure out what the heck it was. Right, this was a passion project from a kid who got a free trip to D.C.
So grassroots,
right?
Yeah,
and went to Arlington Cemetery, National Cemetery, saw the snow, the gravestones out there, and was impacted by that. Started a business that was creating wreaths, and then started donating wreaths to Arlington, right? And then it kind of grew from there. It was kind of unknown for years and years and years, and then it got a TV spotlight, and all of a sudden it exploded, and to the point where last year I think there was 2.75 million wreaths donated nationwide.
That's amazing.
To like 3,500 different locations.
How cool
to
is
be
that?
Dispersed. Yeah, I mean it's
so cool.
It's awesome. So and they still do the largest wreath run basically from down the East Coast down to Arlington.
Well, and the beauty of it is that's a lot of wreaths, but there's still a lot of veterans' graves that need a wreath this holiday season that we'd love to do.
So again, Roswell, www.roswelllegion.org.
Yeah.
Right in the dead center, there'll be a Reese Across America link, and you can.
And it's a national, and it's all 501c3. You can see it all. And if I remember right from last year when I bought, they offer usually like bulk discounts. Like I think, like I don't know, is it $35 or I don't remember what the cost is for a wreath this year.
It's 17.
17.
17. Yeah, it went up a little bit, but it's 17. And the more you buy, you can get.
Yeah,
like I bought 10. And
I think I
got a
bought
discount
like
for that.
5 or 10 for 75 or $100 last
Yeah.
year, something like that. And that's what I usually do. But if you just want to honor, maybe you have a family member that is calling either of our cemeteries home here, because between us and our post 28 friends, we try to make sure all the cemeteries are covered here for wreaths across America. So either way, please, you can go to the link through our website and order. It doesn't matter because I'm guess 28 probably has one too, but it doesn't matter. It goes to the same organization, Wreaths Across America. You order from the same place. Therefore, you can just go through ours real quick, boom, order it, and they will make sure that the wreaths that you got. Because then what happens is in December they show up with a truck. With a lot of wreaths, a lot of wreaths, and then we kind of distribute and we use our manpower and woman power to move those wreaths to where they need to be.
So the 28th of November is kind of the cutoff for delivery for December 8th in town.
Okay.
If they do a donation after that date, it basically falls into next year. So their money's not wasted. It would just potentially
you
roll
always
over
so if you meet the deadline, no problem.
Yeah.
Your wreath will be on 2024's Christmas list.
And we get usually what we take 5 go down to the Veterans Memorial down by the courthouse.
Yes.
5 go out to the Veterans Cemetery, McBride Cemetery, and then we take a bunch out to Memory Lawn, and then some will go to South Park depending on where they're designated.
Well,
that's
put it
kind
this
of the
way:
buckets where they
the
go.
more wreaths we buy, the more places we go. So. Like last year, I think we made 200 and some wreaths. I don't remember the exact number. If we could double that number, then guess what? Then we're going to be more places. And I would like it to a point where we're at a point where every veteran's wreath in Chavez County, or every veteran's grave has a wreath on it. That's what I was trying to say. I messed up some words there, but
maybe that's a good challenge for. We'll get there this year, close as we can, right? Maybe that's a good challenge for next year to put that out. Here's how many veterans we know are at cemeteries in Chavez County, and here's how many wreaths we'd like to get, and put a challenge out to the local community to help us get there.
Absolutely. It is so important that we especially when we're coming here on the November month and honoring our veterans and obviously honoring those that made this ultimate sacrifice for our nation here. And some of those graves that are now home here are some of those people that did pay the ultimate price for this nation. And we there's never enough. To be honest, a wreath's not even close to being enough. But it's at least to say we remember you.
I'm glad you said that, because their motto, Wreaths Across America, is remember the fallen, honor those who served, and teach the next generation the value of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of foundational to what you're talking about.
That's exactly what we're about, and that does send the message. It's kind of like which I guess kind of shifting gears to Veterans Day here. That's kind of the whole point of this day. I mean, yes, the whole point is to honor and celebrate our veterans, but it's twofold. It is to inspire the next generation to pick that baton up. That's why I love the Veterans Day Parade is one of my favorite things because of that, but also the schools and what they do. And a lot of it will be on Friday this year because Veterans Day falls on the Saturday, so it'll be that 10th. A lot of our schools, I know Goddard's is on the 10th. I think Roswell High's on the 10th. Some of the middle schools, they do some too. They may, but either way, if you're a veteran asked to participate or come to these events, please come with. I get it. Some vets don't want to be recognized. You just, hey, I did my time. Just let me sit, let me deal. And I get that. I understand completely. But what these schools do, I know I'm a windbag talking, but what these schools do to inspire is so great. So if you're veterans out there, please consider coming to Goddard High, Roswell High, if you got family at one of these schools, please go to these events.
They're great.
They do, like Goddard is literally a rock show. Like they're all amazing, but Goddard, they literally pack the gym with the student body, and you would have thought the Super Bowl was going on when the veterans walk in and they see the crowd cheering and everything. They do such a great, but it really shows the young generation why a veteran is important and why we celebrate them and why they are needed. Because at some point in time, they sign their name on a dotted line to do something above and beyond what you really ask people to do sometimes, and that's why we celebrate it. And it's so important that some of you in that next generation do the same thing. Otherwise, we will not
have the freedoms we enjoy.
Yep.
And that's the big deal. That's why Veterans Day is important. I mean, sure, it's important to have the parade and celebrate and pat each other on veterans on the back. Love all that because it's needed and important. But it's really to inspire that next generation to, guess what? You're up next, folks. It's going to be you that has to do this.
All right. So look for the auxiliary members in the schools. We'll be in there pretty soon.
Good deal.
We have good things coming up.
Excellent. So look for more, and obviously, if your schools and things need some or would like, some of that kind of stuff, please reach out to our post. We do stuff like that all the time, talking about or do ceremonies and things for various stuff, POWMIA or flag retirements, things like that. We got ceremonies. Don't worry, we got them.
we got that down.
And then if you have youth at home that are interested or looking for something to do, send them our way as well. We are always recruiting for juniors to join the Women's Auxiliary, the Legionnaires, and the Sons.
Yeah. And by the way, we sponsor a Boy Scout and Cub Scout pack. So through our family. So if you're, we just had Scouts on last hour, the new Scout executive here. We also participate in Scouting and support a pack and a troop as well. So if you're looking for a pack or troop home, we might be able to help you out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great thing for kids to do if they're not involved in sports, or even if they are, right? Because sometimes in Roswell, you gotta keep your kids involved in things.
Scouting values and American Legion values are very similar in terms of being prepared and God and country, and we share a lot of the same values. So it's a natural fit for us. So Scouting is teaching the same things that we're trying to teach too. So it's a good thing. They just hit a younger audience than we do.
And then we're also looking to send 2 reps, I believe, to Boys State.
Okay.
Where they go out of town for a week.
Great
and they
program.
learn a lot of values about not only like patriotism,
government.
They learn about government, the history.
It's kind of like a who's who of how the sausage is made. So
exactly.
It really is. It's really a window to get youth. If they have maybe they're pursuing careers in these types of fields and things. That's where Boy State really shines. It gives these boys a chance to kind of see what the adult world is like while still in a training environment.
Right. Same thing for the ladies. It goes over not only like the Americanism of things, but they go more feminine. So like they teach you how to be ladylike at a tea party. Just different things that you need to know growing up.
What's that big long contilier? What's that word that they
I'm
call
not
it?
going to.
But I went to a few of those my day.
Yeah, cotillion. Yeah, cotillion. That's it.
And they're so much fun. I mean, you get to dress up and just talk and get to know other people professionally.
And it's always good to know that stuff.
Yeah.
The formal, like I had grandma. My grandma taught me. Like, no, the fork goes, like, she was a stickler on the elbows off the table. All of that etiquette, my grandma ingrained into me. That was
she got it somewhere.
Yeah. Well, she was very proper. Like, she's, like certain food she wouldn't mess with because that's not proper. You know what I mean? Like we have a hamburger. She called a hamburger, and it was literally a beef patty, no bun, no ketchup, no, it was just a piece of meat.
Naked meat.
Yeah. And served on a platter.
I'll get it. That's another conversation.
Yeah, or SOS, right?
I'll never get away. Yes. Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. But.
Well, see, I'm lucky. I'm Air Force. We had good chow halls for the most part.
Yeah.
I would agree with that, having stopped at a few and been very jealous.
Air
for
Force,
a few minutes.
Yeah, Air Force. They had good chow halls. Although I've had a few Navy ones and it ain't bad either. Like the Navy weren't bad. I haven't messed with
Their
Army.
cooks are good.
Yeah. I think if you live on a boat long enough, you have to get good at things.
Oh,
you just do. You got to make something out of nothing. So they've got that skill set. Where the Air Force guys, everything we need and want is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know the hotels.
They're spoiled.
That's right. What do you mean I can't have mushrooms in my omelet? Yeah. I'll never forget that when I was a kid, I was in Boy Scouts, and we went to Norfolk to do like a weekend get it. We got to camp and do all this, but we got to tour, but we got to eat at the Navy Chow Hall there. And I was like 13 or whatever, and he's like, "What kind of eggs you want?" I was like, "What kind you make? Any kind you want." Scrambled. Can't do that. Fried, can't do that. I was like, oh, I'll just take whatever you give me. All right. And then
that's the answer.
Pretty much.
I asked him, what kind do you make? Any kind you want. Scramble, can't do that.
Oh my goodness.
That was my Navy chow. But absolutely here. But Veterans Day is coming around the corner.
Yep.
We are having our Veterans Day parade. It will be November 11th. 9 a.m. is kind of when everything will kick off here, right as we normally do here on the Chavez County Courthouse lawn. Yep. It's going to be another big event. We'll have the parade thereafter, and then we want to invite everyone to the Wool Bowl parking lot for a little after party afterwards. Yep. And where we're going to have booths and set up and some food and all kinds of stuff there.
So come to our table and check us out. We're looking for new members for helping hands, because we do have a lot of good, like I say, in store for 2024.
Yeah, absolutely.
So be on the lookout.
Absolutely. And but we do want to. We would ask that we can get as many people to come out. Veterans come. We'd love to have you. Wear your hats. Wear your the parts that make you and showing everybody. But we'd love to get as many people to come out. It's gonna be a fun parade. Let's line up and now, like I said, if you want to see and everything, you want to be downtown here around the courthouse lawn area, Pioneer Plaza across the street. That's where everyone's kind of meandering and gathering. But if you just want to see the parade and wave and everybody, anywhere between the courthouse lawn and the Wool Bowl on North Main up to the Wool Bowl there, College, I guess, right around that area. You get a good spot and you'll see the parades of cars and things. And we're looking for people to be in the parade too. Yeah. Veterans, if you want to be in the parade and all that, reach out to us. We don't get as big as the Eastern Fair parade, so we don't have to quite do the logistics that they have to do.
Just block off some roads, but nothing big.
Yeah, right? we usually set up shop there on either in Virginia behind the courthouse there in that parking lot, or on kind of the East Second there. They kind of stage there, and then they'll start off on that. Yep. Well, the roads will be blocked off and all that. But if you want to be have a and I know like all the time there's organizations looking for veterans, and like I know the Veterans Transport every year has their vans in the parade, and every year they're at the parade saying, "Hey, any veterans want to ride with us? And want to ride with us?" So if you'd like to reach out to the Veteran Transport, they always are looking for people to be in the parade. And by the way, if you're a veteran and needing that assistance, or if you'd like to volunteer, great organization.
Right. Yeah, great. Transport a large part of the state, right?
Yeah.
No cost, and
absolutely.
all the drivers are volunteers.
They rescued one of our guys just recently, a few months ago.
Yeah.
He went up with his wheelchair, and somebody stole the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
He couldn't get home.
Matter of fact, he told that story on the radio a couple months ago. Yeah, they helped us out big time on that one, where he was up for a statewide post event, or statewide Legion event. And yeah, well, you know what happens in Albuquerque. You watch the news. Yes. You watch the news like I watch the news. Well, guess what happened? That thing that you see on the news all the time happened. Yeah. And so yes, our Veteran Transport, those folks came to the rescue on that. But they do that every day. They're always taking vets to appointments in Lubbock, Albuquerque, Artesia, wherever their appointments are. They're taking them to that stuff. So.
You know, the Legion is all over the world. You'll find a little post in a tiny town in the Philippines or something where some retired sailors live and things like that. Our Commander Lee, is also a bigwig at the state level, and he goes to the national levels.
He's got many colored hats, yellow, white ones.
Yes,
got
my husband as well.
Yeah, your husband's got quite a few colored hats too.
Frescus.
Yeah,
he's the commander of the SALs. Just want to give a shout out. Hope you're having a good day today, babe.
That's right. He's at work. Why are you here? You need to be here. He's a commander, right?
Right.
He's got to represent the Sons. Come on. No, he gets a pass. He's working.
Well, he sends me.
He gets the better half.
And I do it for both of us. So.
There you go.
Commander Lee submitted a proposal to the national level to change the name of the Mexico department, the country of Mexico, to the Latin American department, so it covers the people in Central America as well.
Yeah, because like you said, there's a group of veterans and stuff that probably, living on in Costa Rica there somewhere, and they can be part of a Legionnaire post. Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt, there are some embassy guards in Mexico City who are a member of the local Legion.
Yeah. So really, it's that was kind of in the world of Legion, kind of a formality to change it to a name that kind of is more.
It's a pretty big deal, right? Those resolutions got to be written up formally, and they've got to be voted on by several groups of people. So to have that have that
Yeah.
proposition put in front of the
Well-
national level and get approved is a pretty big deal for
And here's the thing with some may realize, some don't, is the American Legion is actually sanctioned by the U.S. Congress. So that being said, we're held to a different standard, but also we have a little bit more headway when it comes to reaching Congress. Since we were sanctioned by Congress, by default, they have to listen to us. And so we carry a little more weight in that world. But that being said, it also means we have to be a little bit more stringent in how the process is done and creates, like any other government operation, red tape.
Yeah.
So we deal with that probably a little bit more than maybe VFW or something like that.
So the Veterans Parade this year too, we always have a theme, right?
Mhm.
Last year was kind of the forgotten conflicts in between
Those Cold War,
Cold War stuff. So
yeah.
so it's Desert Storm is the period we're honoring
our
this year,
Desert
right?
Storm vets and
Yeah.
everything here. So so you might see a lot of brown at this one.
Yeah.
The official color of Desert Storm, brown.
And
everybody-
everything after that.
Yeah, exactly. Because before it was like, whoa, they got brown uniforms.
So this covers like all four veterans from
Okay.
1991 to 2001.
Good deal. So and obviously, if you serve during those times, if you have your medals, it'll tell you. But you look at your DD-214s, it'll tell you what the medals you qualified for, and if you serve in a certain window, that regardless of whether you're in theater or not, you get recognized as a veteran of that campaign because some way, shape, or form your mission served that role in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Whether it was here in the States or in the desert. So, but we would love to. So it's all themed towards that. Look for like in the schools doing essay contests over this. So
There's one wrapping up the end of this week.
Okay.
It's an art and essay contest. Younger kids, it was mainly centered on the art. Middle school to high school, it was art or essay, 500-word essay, but it's all centered around patriotism.
Okay.
Poppies is a theme because obviously
And then when
poppies
we-
tied to veterans.
Poppy's the universal
I'm the poppy
symbol.
lady,
Yeah.
so you'll see me a lot.
Which, by the way, we'll be having. They'll be out
Poppy
and about.
table.
Poppy table. So if you want to get your poppies to show
Passing the poppies.
your support and things, and that's our official poppies. If you always wondered, why are veterans? That's our official our love for veterans and things. That's our
So
that's
the
our
colors mean something. We'll be out there, educating individuals.
yes.
if you're interested.
Explain the whole meaning behind it. In case you haven't noticed, everything in the military has pageantry and a reason for it, and it was done for a reason because somebody did one thing one time, and it
Even
just,
though all the colors look good together, they were chosen for a certain reason.
yeah, everything is symbolic and has a meaning, and everything you do in the military, from the customs and traditions, and that's what. To be honest, that's what makes the military great to me. I mean, they got a mission, and quite frankly, you do work that you really hope you don't ever have to do sometimes, depending on what you do. But the customs and traditions create an aura and an air of the brotherhood and sisterhood, the camaraderie, the camaraderie
Best friends
of it.
you're ever gonna make.
That person, you may not even like the same things, but when push comes to shove, you're going to be there for each other. And there's something, and that's what makes veterans, what they do and how there's just something that happens that you can't recreate in many other circles. Law enforcement, first responders, they get it. They see the same kind of thing. Yeah. So, but it's just sometimes adversity creates the strongest bonds, and military has a lot of those scenarios.
Oh, yep. Agreed.
Yeah,
but definitely going to the Air Force chow is not one of them. It's not adversity.
No. By the way, great split pea soup in the Holloman Air Force. I don't know if it's still there. That was 20 some odd years ago. But
the fact you remember that must have been really
Where was that based out of?
Holloman. Yeah, Holloman.
Okay.
Yeah, I was stationed at Holloman, and I worked midnights. And so I ate at weird hours, but there was always soup.
I do too.
Yeah.
I work
There was always a thing of soup, and it was usually split pea and ham, and so I ate a lot of split pea and ham soup during my time in the military, which I still love to this day, by the way.
Is that what brought you out to Roswell?
Yes.
The split pea soup?
Yeah, the split pea soup, yes.
hence all the green on this desk.
That's right.
Yeah.
The alien.
You want green with that or red? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Split pea soup, red, please. But between my wife, that's what got me to Roswell. military brought me to Mexico, and my wife got me to Roswell. But I was stationed in Holloman. I worked 117s back in the day.
So your wife's from here?
Yes and no. Like she's from Ruidoso.
Oh, it's beautiful up there.
East Texas. Like she grew up initially in Ruidoso. Her parents got divorced, and so her high school years were in East Texas. So she's got a foot in both worlds there.
That's cool.
She's a New Mexican with an East Texas accent. It's kind of weird.
So I'm a Texan myself, San Antonio, Denver, Colorado, now New Mexico. So it's awesome. Best of all three worlds.
Like, I know when I'm in trouble because I hear Mike in the eye. It was like, that's I'm in trouble.
Decibels went up. Equals trouble.
That's all East Texas. So so you know the foot in a couple worlds too here. So, but that being said, so on Veterans Day here again, 9 a.m. is when the parade will start. Get out there a few minutes early, maybe about 8:30 or so. Get you a good spot. Hopefully it's not too chilly, but
I was going to say that's one of the standard themes too.
It will be.
And the weird part is it could be scorching hot the day before, and it's still going to be chilly that Saturday. I don't know how it happens. It's like it's 90 today.
It reminds me of Colorado.
That's Saturday morning. It happens every time. And then please, we'd love to have you come to the Wool Ball parking lot afterwards. Come hang out, meet some of these other, like you want to talk to vets and meet with them. They're going to be kind of hanging out there. There's going to be food and all kinds of stuff. Maybe a few static displays. We're working on some of that stuff. But we would love to have you come out. And obviously, if you're an organization that would like to promote, especially if you're wanting to reach out to veterans and things like that, love to have you. A lot of times we have some of our civic organizations come and just give veterans things at this event. It's like we just want to be there and then give them little care packages or little swag bags just of thank you stuff. And so we have a lot of organizations that like doing that. So if you'd like to do that, veterans, come get your free swag. But we'd love to have you do that too as well. That's all kind of part of that thing is kind of people want to do their part to kind of thank vets and that's so we and it's also resources. Like if you want to get resources to vets, helping them navigate through many of the VA stuff or whatever, if you're expert in that kind of thing or your organization is, we'd love to have you reach out to us and be a part of this event too. So, good deal. What else?
Just so you know, we will be out at the walk this Saturday.
Walk for Alzheimer's is this Saturday. Yes,
that's a passion of mine.
Yes,
and because I'm in the medical field.
Hopefully, you can still I know it's late in the game, but if you want to still get involved as with a team and stuff, I think if you reach out now and get crack-a-lacking, you could still get a team together.
Well,
our Post 61 family always has a team that participates and help out. By the way, one of our other members who's off gallivanting right now. Seeing the world.
Yes.
He's big passion project. One is our American Legion, but two is the Alzheimer's Association here too. So he's kind of our Sherpa through that kind of stuff. Is he back in town this weekend?
No.
Oh.
I think he'll still be out.
Off gallivanting and seeing the world.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm just envious and jealous.
I get pictures of Sydney and.
Oh, I know. And it's not weird hours. I was like, you're up at this time. He's like, it's 3 o'clock in
he's
the
a day
afternoon.
ahead of us. He's like right now, I think it's Thursday where he's at. Right? It's not even Wednesday. He's like,
that's right.
He's in the future.
The world can't come to an end today because it's already tomorrow.
That's right.
Yeah.
See, that's how you know. If Australia's still here, we're fine.
Crocky, mate.
Oh, man.
I want to say something to remind folks that when they get frustrated about politics.
Oh, and it's easy to do.
Right. Our founding fathers knew that they couldn't make everybody happy. So what they did is they set it up so that we can take turns being in charge.
Mm-hmm.
We fight it out in our country at the voting booth. And so long as the last one, from dog catcher to president, got elected through the constitutional process, and unfortunately that includes vote fraud because that was here from the beginning, and so long as the next one is, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Well, and it's I always say this thing, you want your tool to make a difference. It ain't yelling at people on Facebook.
No.
That's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes not. But that get the cockles of your brain all hopped up and everything else, but it doesn't make a hill of beans difference.
See,
go ahead.
And that's what I decided to change. Yes, I did have issues with that for the longest time, but now I'm all about spreading the love, hope, and just joy.
Getting involved.
Yeah, changing the world around
One is
me.
educate
one at a
yourself
time.
and vote.
Exactly.
And I don't care. Don't listen to people telling you you're wasting vote on this. That's
Yeah.
all hogwash.
Exactly.
You vote if that person lines up with your values and what you agree with, then you didn't waste your vote. You voted for the right thing.
'Cause I know.
And do that. But to educate
Yeah.
yourself. Don't vote. Like if you have no clue of the people in the booth, maybe sit this one out. But if you do, then do vote your passions and conscience.
Any country that has ever suspended their constitution, even for a day, is never free again. It gets easier and easier to keep suspending it.
Absolutely.
Ours is hard to change, and it's also easy to change.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. If you don't like something, get with like-minded people and change it.
And to be honest, that's why I'm sure everyone in this room has committed their service to the military in whatever way, shape, or form they have, and will continue to do so.
Oh, yeah.
Is for the very things you're talking about, Ed. And that's sure, when you're 16 or 18 at the time and you're signing up, you're just like, all right, this looks like a good deal to keep me out of trouble for a little bit, and then you start learning and seeing how the world works, and you're like, okay, this is way more important than I realize sometimes, and it's but for you guys,
think growing up, everything's glamorized now. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like 16 and pregnant to life, and it's not like that. It's
Sure.
not peaches and cream all
And
the
look,
time.
it's not, and I get it. Sure, we want to learn from our mistakes and make better and move on, but we don't want to celebrate them either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
need to celebrate our mistakes, but at the same time, we don't need to make them define us who we are either. And so
Exactly.
we got to find that happy medium. It's like, all right, it's not the end of the world. We'll move on, but at the same time, we don't need to celebrate it like, whatever that problem is. But that's something we as people have to kind of learn.
We are so fortunate.
But
so many countries, the armed forces selects the president. Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen here, and it's not going to.
Well, people don't realize how good we have it till you go to other places. And I say that, and I know it's cliche, but if anybody knows it better than anybody else, it's usually a veteran. Because they've been to these places. I've sat in Kuwait. I've sat in these places. I see how the people live. I see how things are going. It is not the same as here, and is not nearly as free as what it's different. And everyone, and we live in a polarizing world, and there's a lot going on, and it's very confusing and everything else. But trust me, you do the right thing. You do you take care of you. You vote, and you're going to be fine. You do the right things, and you can handle the bad things. That's how. It's not always easy. It's not always going to be simple at all. It may cause pain in some point or another, but doing the right thing is never the wrong thing to do on this stuff. And voting with what you believe is right, doing and standing up for the things that you believe in, that's what you need to do. And we come a time in this world where if you're passionate about something, you better do something about it, or it's going away.
Oh, yeah.
And because no one else is going to protect your passion, so you need to be a part of that. So I know we got way philosophical there.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what the American Legion stands for, that freedom, and then why the members of the American Legion and all of our branches are riders. We don't have any riders, but the rider branches, every facet of American Legion, they believe in that thing at times, and they still do, and that's why American Legion really is an important role in as far as for veterans and serving that role, and same with the VFW and all of our veteran organizations. I'm a little biased here because I'm a Legionnaire, but they're all excellent organizations that do great things for our veterans, and if you're not a veteran yourself but still want to support these things, please reach out to your VFWs, your American Legions. Reach out and talk. Say, hey, I'm not a vet, but I love the mission. How can I support? And I guarantee every one of these, I know Post 61 will find a home for you, and we'll find even if you're not a veteran or never served or not served adjacent, you just believe in what we do. We'd love to have you still with us on Thursdays, or we'd love to have you helping support at Veterans Parade or any of the events, or helping Ralph whack weeds at memory lawn here.
Paint fences or
Put
whatever.
you to work, yeah.
Yeah, you know, because let's be honest, if we can get Ralph a little bit less time whacking weeds, that gives him more drone time.
Right. That's
That's
important.
So
to vote on Republican Conference Vice Chair Mike
White
Johnson
Star,
from Louisiana.
you know?
Yes.
The
And I don't know
fourth
if you guys
GOP
know what
lawmaker
that
to be
is. I know
nominated
you
for
guys
Speaker,
do, but
and the second
the White
nominee within
Star
a day
is
after Majority
someone who
Whip
served
Club
in
member
the-
from
in the
Minnesota
military.
dropped out after running into
but
opposition.
ended their life by suicide. And there's
okay.
many reasons behind that. I mean, and it doesn't stem from mental health. The individual was probably suffering.
Gotcha.
You know, with the physical illness
Yeah,
and things like
got
that.
it. I just
So,
realized it's 10 o'clock. That's what I did.
yeah,
I got so lined up, I looked up and said, oh, dang, it's 10
So we
o'clock.
did services for an individual up in Capitan, and then his wife invited us to do a cowboy luncheon last weekend.
Okay.
Which entailed a ride on
Yeah.
the horses, and we got drone time out there. So it was me, Ralph, and my husband.
Nice.
That were invited, and then we got to present a plaque to her for her husband and her.
And that's the cool part about American
Her
Legion,
dad,
when you get
yeah.
to meet those people and hear
Oh,
those
yeah.
stories
I
and
mean,
all
her,
that.
we just
so.
connected like spiritually.
Yeah, that's good.
And stuff.
Well, now you probably got a
Services,
friend for life now. So.
Yeah, and then.
Well, we got to go.
Okay.
I'm officially cutting into other people's time now. If you have
Okay.
any questions about anything we talked about, www.roswelllegion.org will take you to the website. If you want to know about scholarships, Wreaths Across America, our Veterans Parade, becoming a Legionnaire or an auxiliary or a son, all of the above is right there. And or come out to our next meeting. It will be November, whatever that first Thursday in November is. I don't know off the top of my head. So it's the fourth Saturday, so I'm going to guess it's the second. November 2nd. It'll be the second there. So good deal. Did we get it all?
And
Yeah,
then
we got it all.
we'll meet at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. at First United
First
Methodist,
Methodist Church.
Come on, come all. And if you get there a little early, we might put you to work on some other things. So, good deal. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right, you're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched